And we are live. Hey guys, I'm Wolfie, and today we are going to check up on the 49ers' latest news. Kyle Juszczyk is back. What Sam Darnold said about Brock Purdy, and we'll double check to make sure there's no big news that has come out as of recently. We'll check that out as well. And then after that, we'll jump into a mock draft. The first mock draft after free agency. Can we turn this team into a competitive team with the players we take in the draft? Let's see what we can do. I think we can. I think we can make it happen. So thank you guys so much for being part of this. And of course, we're brought to you by water. It's good for you. It's good for me. It's good for you. It's good for your skin. It's good for your organs. It's good for your entire body. And as Paul, you would say, your bowels. H2O. It's the way to go. All right. Val in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. She liked this live. Hey, I like that. I like that you like that. I like that you like that. Good vibes. Good vibes. Papa J in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, we're showing some love. That is what I like to see in this chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for being part of this today. All right. Today is Saturday. It's kind of with this daylight savings time thing, man, has got me just all out of whack. I don't know about you guys, but this daylight savings time has been absolutely brutal. I'm finding myself waking up at 9 o'clock. And you know what happened when I woke up at 9 o'clock? Kyle Juszczyk signs with the San Francisco 49ers, re-signs with the San Francisco 49ers. So let's go ahead and just jump into the latest news about that, and then I'll give my overall opinion on the Kyle Juszczyk news. Welcome back. Welcome back, even though it was short-lived. Salvador in the house. Bang, bang, not a gang. Be sure to like the live, guys. If you haven't liked the live already, Big W Salvador showing up early. Not going to get a tardy slip. I appreciate that. Big W. Showing some love by Val there. All right, here we go. Kyle Juszczyk re-signs with the San Francisco 49ers on a 2-year deal. Okay. Let me go and re-upload this, see what kind of new tweets have come out about that. After being released by the San Francisco meeting today with Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's actually pretty funny. The fact that we ended up signing him at Pittsburgh. He went to Pittsburgh, and he was like, I don't know, man. All right, so more about Falcons keeping Kirk Cousins, blah, blah, blah. Kyle Juszczyk doesn't get to go on the 10-year wall. He just got cut. He's back to year one. Sorry, those are the rules. You are wrong, Grant Cohn. You want to make that up? You can if you want. The Falcons officially will be keeping quarterback Kirk Cousins on the roster past 4 p.m. Eastern. Kyle Juszczyk is on track for the 10-year club, which hasn't happened since Joe Staley made 2016. I say he does because he was on the team consistently for 10 years straight. So he's on track for that perfectly just fine. As long as your next team is still the same team, you're still on track. So I don't. That is some rubbish. I just know that Grant Cohn and Kyle Juszczyk don't exactly have the greatest history with each other. So anything to demean him, he'll take that shot for sure. Re-signing with Kyle Juszczyk and George Kittle are back together. George Kittle is thrilled, by the way. George Kittle, CMC, this is great for the team itself. This is great for the morale, honestly. I don't mind him gone, as you guys heard. They're like, hey, we got rid of older players or whatever, and we barely used him. But the excitement of this is the fact that when we do use him in the run game, he is good as a run blocker. He is great in the locker room, and he'll help reinforce that culture. It'll make Kittle happy, and if Kittle's happy, he'll perform. If CMC is happy, then with Kyle Juszczyk being back, he'll perform better. Just having a guy like that all around is just so much better. He will be 34 by the time the season starts. So let's go ahead and see what else is it for. I know it's a – hold on. I'm trying to find the guarantees of this deal. Have him on a current contract for $4 million. That he was just extended on a current contract. Okay, hold on. What does Kevin Kruger, the son of Larry Kruger, have to say about this? Signing Kyle Juszczyk after releasing and incurring a dead cap charge technically makes him more expensive on per year basis than if he was just extended on the current $4 million contract. So this is a pay raise for Juice. I'm assuming this new contract gives the 49ers more cap flexibility. That's what I thought too, right? That's what I thought. But where is he at? There he is. Bah! Here is David Lombardi to break down the cap. He's way more familiar with numbers. He's got the numbers things down. He knows what's going on here. We got some guy named Jeff. Welcome back, Jeff. What the hell are we thinking? I'm fine with bringing him back. I'm fine with him bringing it back. I don't think that's bad. I think it's a good thing. To help illustrate this, here's Kyle Juszczyk old contract. The red and orange column is incorporated signing bonus money that has been scheduled to hit the cap over several years, including void years, to stretch out the impact as long as possible. When the 49ers released Juszczyk, the money in the orange section simply hit the cap at once in 2025. This was not a problem for San Francisco at all because they have a huge reserve, 50 million of cap space this season. They're not going to come close to reaching the bottom of it. They simply elected to just pay now instead of later. There's no downside to that when they have virtually unlimited cap space now. I think what he's trying to say here is the fact that, this year you're not signing any more big time players to hit the cap this year. So I understand Cunningham had his negative situation there, but it all affects this 1 year of cap, where it's we didn't sign a big free agency. We still have a good amount of cap space left. I want to say just under 20 million based on all our signings, probably for this year. So bringing them back is not the end of the world. I mean, it is a move. It helps the team theoretically. And so I'm not entirely against it. I love Kyle Juszczyk. He's a legend for the San Francisco 49ers. I like him a lot. I was fine with moving on from him because, as you guys know, I just thought he was older. We barely used him. But, again, he's great for the locker room. And when we do use him in run packages, he is good at that still to this day. Just that he never touches the ball is the problem. So let's go ahead. That is David Lombardi. David Lombardi breaking it down for you. What's happening this today? Okay. And I believe it's a 2-year, $8 million contract. We do not know the guarantees yet. I don't know the guarantees of his contract. Let me check to see if I can find his guarantees real quick. Because I don't know his guarantee. I just know it's a 2-year, $8 million deal. Kyle Juszczyk. Guarantees. If anyone knows his guarantees, let me know. All right. I just found it. Major plot to this question. This was $7 million guaranteed to come back. That's actually wild. That's actually crazy. That I didn't see coming. Look, at the end of the day, I think they kind of made a mistake by just jumping him. Jerry, okay, thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. I just saw your comment before I read that. $7 million guaranteed. I appreciate you, man. Big W. Welcome, Jeremy in the house. Juan in the house. Good to see you. And we're showing some love. That's what I like to see. But yeah, I don't love the contract. I'm not gonna lie to you. You might as well just kept him on the roster with how much you're paying him. I get that. But you brought him back. You could afford to do so, especially this year with how much you did not spend all your money or whatever. So you could afford to do it. It's not like the end of the world where you now strap for cash and you can't sign anybody else. They still could afford other people. But I do agree that what Jeff says, we could have just used it on Drew Dahlman, man. I know that ship sailed a long time ago before we released Kyle Juszczyk. So that happened before Kyle Juszczyk. But I do agree that I think it's a bummer that we missed out on Drew Dahlman. I do think that he was affordable at the time. And I think he's probably a better fit for the San Francisco 49ers than in the Bears. But you can't always get what you want, man. Can't always get what you want. And with the current thought process right now, with the current philosophy, which is not spending a lot of money and just taking advantage of this easy schedule by going into the draft and addressing your needs, I could see why they didn't go after Drew Dahlman, even though I would have liked for them to at least try. And who's to say they didn't? Who's to say they didn't try to get him on a contract? But I do agree. I think that Drew Dahlman would have been a great pickup. I would have been happy with that. But I don't think it's the end of the world re-signing. I don't think it's like, what the hell are we doing? Re-signing Kyle Juszczyk back. I don't think it's anything like that. I don't think anything crazy like that. Kyle better give Juice the ball more. He's usually a safe target. Yeah. I mean, Debo is gone, so there's more chance he probably get the ball. So I don't love it, but I like it. I like him back. The thing I don't love about it is just that we gave him more money. And I know David Lombardi is saying not really or whatever, but we did. Yeah, we did. Like, don't even try to spin it. Okay, I know Davis. That's like his job almost. And look at the numbers. And he did pretty much say like this year, it's like the guarantees and the money, the huge effect is this year. But it's just like you still paid him a lot of money. I don't hate it. I honestly do not hate it, but I don't love it. I don't love it. I like the guy. It's a positive at the end of the day. Like Kyle Juszczyk is a positive at the end of the day. Like it's not exactly a negative to have him on the roster. The only negative that comes from this Kyle Juszczyk signing is that you technically paid a little bit more for him by cutting him and then re-signing him again, giving him $7 million guaranteed. You might as well just kept him on the roster, which is absolutely wild. So, and I think it avoids. I think it gets rid of the void years. I think that's what Dave Lombardi is saying, but still, I don't think that's exactly worth it. All right, let's get to some of these comments. But yeah, before I get to the comments, just the overall aspect of it. At the end of the day, I think it's good for the team. Don't like the cut. I don't like the signing of it. It's possible that they got rid of him because when they cut him, they saved money, and then they cut Leonard Floyd, and they were expecting to get Joey Bosa. I do like that theory. I kind of like that theory. It kind of makes sense. It almost seemed like it was a done deal that he was going to go there. But then once it turns out he goes with the Buffalo Bills, they're like, oh, shoot, we just cut Leonard Floyd and we just cut Kyle Juszczyk. So, I mean, that would make sense, right? They were using Kyle Juszczyk as a way to sign Joey Bosa to make space for him. And then not to get him, they're like, oh, okay, well, we can't get Leonard Floyd back because obviously he went with the Falcons, but we can get Kyle Juszczyk back. That's how I look at it. I think that's potentially what happened. I think that's what potentially happened there. We do need a good tight end in case Kittle goes down. I mean, that's a lot of what ifs there. I don't know. I wouldn't. I still think it's a need, but I don't think it's like a crazy need because we still got our backup tight end. Luke Farrell is a blocking tight end, which I actually think is pretty good. I think it's actually a really good signing. But True Bob, Luke Farrell seems like a great blocker, but I'm not too sure. That's the thing, though. Like, if he goes down, if Kittle goes down, right, and we're not banking on that. We're not banking on Kittle goes down because you can't replace Kittle regardless of who you sign as a tight end. But in the draft, if you get a guy, it's almost the same thing as a crapshoot who you get in the draft. And I don't think in the draft you should just go after a receiving tight end just because George Kittle is potentially could get hurt and you ignore the blocking aspect of it. But I do think that you have Braden Willis, who's a receiving tight end. You have Mason Pline, who's supposed to be a receiving tight end as well, a project too. So I still think it's a need. I agree that like tight end is a need, like it is, but it's like it's down the line compared to other needs on the roster. Like it's down the line. So, who also made me mad is that James Daniels also being paid like $8 million a year. Like, are you kidding me? We could have afforded him. I don't know if I like James Daniels. I'm not a big fan of James Daniels personally. We paid that tight end Luke Farrell a lot of money to be a blocking tight end, and he's very solid at that. But why pay him and juice? Could afford and got Dahlman to fix your biggest weakness, Jake Brendel. Jeff is really bummed that we didn't get Jake Brendel, dude. Drew Dahlman, me too, man. I'm pretty bummed about it. But it's possible that there was a bidding war and we missed out on it, man. You miss some and you lose some in free agency, man. You can't get them all. But maybe it's possible that they were going after Drew Dahlman and they missed out on him in a contract dispute, not a contract dispute, but a contract battle negotiation, and they just lost it. That's potential. And they're like, okay, well, let's try to fix that general area. I like tight end Luke Farrell. It's only $11 million, which I checked. Apparently the average, it's below average for a second tight end in the league. So you actually got a pretty good deal for the guy when it comes to guarantees. So you could compare to other second tight ends in the league, you're paying under the average when it comes to guarantees, which guarantees are more important because guarantees guarantee him a roster spot or not based on how much money he's got. So I like Luke Farrell. I know a lot of people hate Luke Farrell. I know a lot of people are bumming out about Luke Farrell, but dude, if you think about it, Luke Farrell helps Brock Purdy, right, in the blocking game because he's like number 3 in the passing play. So I like Luke Farrell there. He's great in a tackle situation. He helps out Trent Williams and he helps out McKivitz on the outside. Okay, so that's 2 bonuses there. It helps out Kittle because in play action situations, you don't know if it's a pass, you don't know if it's a run or a pass with Luke Farrell out there. If Braden Willis was out there, you probably are thinking, okay, this is going to be a pass. But with Luke Farrell out there, you don't know if it's a pass or a block because he does pass blocking and run blocking, which allows Kittle to not be forced to be a 6th offensive lineman anymore and puts him out in the passing game more often. So you kind of let Kittle free a little bit. Luke Farrell unleashes Kittle when he's on the field. So that's good. So you got Kittle help. You got Brock Purdy, another blocker. You got Trent Williams and McKivitz help on the outside. Not to mention, you help out the running backs in Guerendo and CMC in the run game, which is phenomenal. And technically, you help out the wide receivers in that play action situation and in general because he's a good blocker. So having Luke Farrell, a lot of people are looking at the receiving aspect of it. But if you look at the pass blocking aspect of it, him being probably one of the best pass blockers in the league, I think it's worth the money he got because it helps literally the entire offense in every aspect. It does not help. It's not a negative in any way having Luke Farrell on this team. It was actually a true positive. It helps Brock. It helps the tackles. It helps the wide receivers. It helps the tight ends, George Kittle. It helps the running backs. So I like Luke Farrell being on the team. I understand that people are upset about how much money he got, $20 million, but you're paying way too much attention to the average and not the guarantees, which is $11 million. So it allows us to get kind of out from under it. So if we got past this year with his guaranteed money, it'd be a lot easier to move past him next year if he doesn't work out as a blocker. But if he works out as a blocker, we'll probably have him, and it'll be worth the entire money. I mean, it helps. He's perfect for Kyle Shanahan's system. I'm a big fan of Luke Farrell. I'm really glad we got him. Coffee. All right. Publisher's talking about Luke Farrell not about getting a. Oh, okay, gotcha. Man, when Juice is on the field, literally just running in motion and sometimes blocking, he's another good player on the field. Jennings, Guerendo, Mason. Yeah, but you want Jennings out there on run plays. Short. You want Jennings, but you want Juszczyk. He's good for short downs, running plays. He's good for those motions. He's good for blocking in general for the running backs. He's good for play action in general. Like, he's really good for play action in general. Like, if you have Juszczyk out there, he can help block for Brock Purdy effectively. Juszczyk is great as a blocker. He is a phenomenal blocker. We just don't see him touch the ball, and that's what a lot of people are upset about, is they just don't touch the ball enough. He's an excellent blocker. So you now have Kyle Juszczyk who's an excellent blocker. You have Luke Farrell who's an excellent blocker, and you have George Kittle who's an excellent blocker. So you have a backfield, an all-around great blocking situation when it comes to the outside situation or someone gets through our offensive line. So I like Juice being on the field, and I don't think it takes away too much from the rest of the wide receivers when you got Demarcus Robinson, and I don't expect Kyle Juszczyk to be out there on 3rd and longs, which is like Juwan Jennings' bread and butter, right? You got Pearsall is going to be a number 1. Ayuk's potentially won't be back, so Jennings most likely will be the number 2 in play action situations. So I don't think it's the end of the world having Kyle Juszczyk on the roster. It helps out Brock Purdy. It helps out the entire team. I'm a fan of George Kittle being on the squad. I'm a fan of Juszczyk being back. I don't like the fact that we cut him and then sign him for more money. That's the one thing I'm against. And I don't think it takes Guerendo or Mason off the field because you're only going to have one running back on the field anyway. And Guerendo and Mason are not blockers. They can't block. Terror Dome on the house. Good to see it. Be sure to like the live if you haven't liked the live already. I really appreciate it. Good to see you. I just realized that. My bad. Terror Dome in the building. Hey, we're showing some love. That's what I like to see, dude. What the F? We're showing love. Okay. Looks like the juice is back. My dad figured he would turn to the 49ers. Kyle, Kittle, CMC. CMC wives didn't want the club to split. Yeah, I know. It's great for the locker room. Fantastic for the locker room. Okay, on the average for a number 2 tight end, I like him even more now, for sure. Hey, I like it. And I know the understanding of. I understand where people are coming from. We're like, okay, I don't like him. Like at the at like face value, when you think of Luke Farrell, you're like, that's terrible. But he does so much for the offense in general. And like I said, I think this was John Chapman who broke it down. He says that the average guarantees for him is lower than the number 2. So if John Chapman's wrong, that's the source I got that from. But yes, he's supposed to be just below average of the number 2 tight end when it comes to guarantees. To be honest, I know nothing about Luke Farrell. Excellent blocker. Hope so. Dad fell asleep on Rambo yesterday. That's funny. Is Luke Farrell and Juice being on the same team Kyle's way of helping the O-line? I mean, why not? That kind of seems how – I don't think that's – it does seem like it. Like if you really want to break it down, like if you really want to break it down, Kyle Juszczyk is a great blocker. We all know that. You guys know that. Luke Farrell, great blocker when it comes to my research. And when it comes to blocking in the passing game, that's been an issue. Right, like that's been a total issue is the pass blocking. Luke Farrell is number 3 last year in pass blocking, and he's young. Imagine Kittle getting a hold of him now. Imagine getting an offensive line coach. I know I'm not the biggest fan of Forrester, or whoever the tight end coach is. Actually, not offensive line. But imagine Kittle getting a hold of this guy who's already an excellent blocker, who mentored Warner. Right, I think he actually went to the Jags or some other team. I can't remember what it was. But this guy is good. He's good at his job. He takes pride in blocking. In the draft process, that was one of the things he bragged about. He's like, I'm not the greatest receiver, but I'm the best blocker in this draft. I'll tell you that. And he's number 3 in pass blocking. So it helps out the pass blocking situation. Now, when it comes to the O-line, the problem with the O-line, and I'm not trying to like erase everything I just said, but the O-line problem is interior. Like, I understand McKivitz is still kind of a liability, but he's got support now with Kittle and Farrell, all right, and Pooney. So that's going to help out McKivitz a lot. Then you also got Trent Williams, who's had some issues. His skills kind of come down. That's going to help out a lot. The problem is that Juszczyk will help the interior a little bit, but only so much. He is a fullback. Like, let's be realistic here. Like, he's not another offensive lineman back there. The problem is still guard center. These signings don't exactly help the guard and center situation at all. They don't change anything with that situation. That's the problem that we have right now. It's great. It helps out the passing game theoretically. It helps out the run game on the outside. Like outside zone, play action situations, this is a great signing. This is a great situation. It helps out the offensive line entirely because play action puts the quarterback on the outside, right? So having Luke Farrell there, where Brock Purdy is going to roll out into the outside, it's going to be great. But when Brock Purdy just drops back in shotgun or whatever, that outside lineman, that outside tight end is not going to help Brock Purdy with that when the interior collapses. So they still need a guard and center. Now, when it comes to the guard situation and the center situation, you still have players that can replace Brendel. And I know it doesn't seem hopeful. I know it doesn't seem like it seems like Drake Brendel is going to be the center for the San Francisco 49ers, which is, oh my God, just absolutely brutal. However, look at this. Drake Nugent. He was a project. And what happens with projects? After a year or two, they take the job of whatever they were drafted to projected to take, right? And he's projected to take the center position. So we still have hopes of Drake Nugent. You have Hennessy, someone we picked up from the Falcons, who was a starting center and good at his job. He's relatively young. I believe he's 27, 28 years old. I could be wrong. Or he's an older guy. I don't know. But I know that he's good. So if he still has it despite his injury, he would definitely replace Brendel. Okay, and then you got Zakelj, who's also a project as well. We have 3 linemen who could potentially be better than Brendel, who is aging and getting worse by the year. So there's still hope that the center position is fixed, right? There's still hope in that. As for the guard position, you have Ben Bartch. He had a phenomenal game against the Bills, got hurt, and that's been the problem with Ben Bartch. It's not necessarily always been his talent. It's been the fact that he's never been able to stay healthy, which is unreliable. But when he is healthy, he is a starting guard in this league. Now, out behind that, you got Burford, who is a depth guard for sure. And then who else? There's another guy. there was another guard I can't think of on the top of my head. So there's still some hope when it comes to those positions, but it's all hope. That's what it is. There is no guarantees with the center and guard position, which worries me. Luckily enough, though, the San Francisco 49ers have drafted Pooney, who's an all-pro looking guard right now. The 49ers are heading in to a draft where it is guards galore, man. You can find guards in the 4th round who will start for you. You'll find guards all over the place. So if you don't see the 49ers address offensive line in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, don't panic. Don't panic. There's guards that will start for the 49ers that potentially will be better than Aaron Banks. That will start for the San Francisco 49ers. But that's if they draft a guard. But I think they will. So they can fill that need in that position. As for the center position, if the fan base is right, which I don't know if I entirely agree, but if you guys are right, and if Kyle Shanahan doesn't trust rookie centers, there's still hope that Brendel won't be the center. Ben Bartch can play center, Zakelj can play center, Hennessy can play center, and who's the other one I mentioned? Drake Nugent. If all 4 of those guys can't be better than Jake Brendel at age 33, that's a problem. And I mean, the bar is low, dude. The bar is so low. I think the 49ers can replace Jake Brendel, and I think we have it on our roster. I think it's going to get replaced. I don't see Jake Brendel being the starter. I'm going to make that prediction now. And if I'm wrong, I'll call it out. I'll say, hey, I was wrong. I was wrong about a few things already, and I called them out. The Jake Brendel thing, there's no way. There's no way Ben Bartch is worse than him. There's no way Hennessy is worse than him. They can't. Right? And in the draft, there's a guy you can get in the 4th round that I like, Jared Wilson from Georgia. I actually like him a lot. I think he's got starter potential. So I wouldn't hit the panic button yet when it comes to the guard position because we still have an avenue with the draft and the depth that we have at center. So it's not over yet. I think we should panic until cuts happen and it's announced that Jake Brendel is the starter. If Jake Brendel is announced the starter, I will be with you, fan base. I will be with you, Wolfpack. I will be with you, 49ers fans. I'll be stressing. I'll be freaking out. I'll be with you then. But I'm not going to put all my worries and stress in the idea that Jake Brendel, who's a terrible center, is going to beat out the rest of these guys. I just don't see it. I just don't. I just don't. GC needs to be used more for the 2 years that we have him for. I mean, he does his job. I mean, at the end, realistically, Kyle Juszczyk, a fullback, is used as a blocker. Like, I understand he should be used more for how much money he's getting paid, but he's an excellent blocker, and that's what you get. That's what you paid for him. So, 49ers looking at Vikings center, or are they? The guy who was. Are they? Let me check. 49ers, Vikings center. I know Mark Andrews is available too. Bradbury. They released center Bradbury. I don't see. I see a couple articles saying, will they pick him up or stuff like that, but I don't see anyone saying they're looking at him though. Yeah, I don't see them looking at nowhere here does it say they're looking at him right now. But hold on. As some news, where's that? That's update stuff happening there. According to this article here, Chris Forrester, who picks offensive linemen for the 49ers, apparently in the past has spoke fondly of Bradbury and is a big fan of Bradbury, loves his anchor, etc. And I would like that. Honestly, I would like that pickup. I would be a fan of picking up the Viking center. I would find picking him up, especially considering he's young. I would find picking up David Andrews, who was released. That'd be a good 1-year center as well. There's options for the 49ers. I don't think it's over yet, guys. I don't think it's over yet, potentially. I would not panic. But when it comes to the tight ends and Kyle Juszczyk and Luke Farrell, it does not necessarily help out the guards and center. Well, at least this means we aren't going to draft freaking Tyler Warren and waste a first-round pick on tight end. That's can't block. I'd much rather have Colston Loveland. Yeah, I like Warren, but he's not worth the 11th pick. I agree with you, Jeff. I don't think he's a 11th pick kind of type guy. I think he's not on the level of Brock Bowers. He's not on the level of T.J. Hawkinson coming out of the draft or anything like that. He is good. Like, he's versatile. He's got a lot. You can do a lot of things with him. But, man, there's so many more needs that are more important, especially at the D tackle position, that for someone like Tyler Warren, if you're going to take him at 11, he's going to have that kind of type of hype of Brock Bowers to make that sacrifice of best player available. And he's not Brock Bowers. He's not that level of hype. He could do a lot. I mean, a lot of people, 49ers fans, love him. But if we took him at 11, I would be genuinely upset, especially considering that he doesn't exactly separate himself from the other tight ends. Like, he doesn't separate himself from Fanning Jr., in my opinion. He doesn't separate himself from Colston Loveland, like you said. There's a few – he doesn't separate himself from the rest of the tight ends in this draft. So, yeah, I'd be bummed if we take Tyler Warren at 11. I'd take the Leonard Center for Brendel. I hope we don't get Vikings center Bradbury. From what I've seen, Vikings fans don't like him. He has very Brendel-like stats. Ooh. Let's check out Garrett Bradbury, and check him out. I don't think he did very well either, but it's got to be an upgrade from Brendel. I don't know. I like him. I don't know. He's better than Brendel according to PFF. Well, PFF, he has a 2 grades. He's 2 ranked higher than Brendel in the run blocking grade. He has a 70.7 run blocking grade. His pass blocking grade, however, is higher than Jake Brendel's, but it's still not great when it comes to pass blocking situation. He's a 33rd ranked center in free agency right now. Not free agency, but in the league. He has less penalties than Brendel, but he has 3 more sacks allowed than Brendel. He has the 4th most offensive snaps. He's allowed 6 quarterback hits, 64th in total pressure. So, yeah, it's not great either. It's not the biggest upgrade, but he might do better with the San Francisco 49ers than Brendel. I would take a flyer on him, right? I would take a flyer on him. I'll give him a shot. He's young. He could do great with the 49ers. Could be a better fit in the end. So I would take a flyer on him. I'd be kind of reserved. I'm not saying like a Garrett Bradbury would be the greatest upgrade in the world, but I would take a flyer and see what he can do. I fell asleep when I was live. I can only imagine how happy Kittle is right now. Juice, yeah, he's got to be thrilled. And he's got to be strong, and he's got to be fast. He's got to be blah, blah, blah. Is Luke Farrell better than Charlie Warner? Maybe. But he's up there. I don't how good. Let's go with, if we go based on PFF. Let's go based off PFF, right? Let's check out PFF and see what they have to say about Charlie Warner and his blocking ability. Let's see if it popped. Receiving touchdowns, pass performance. It's not showing his grade. He wasn't even used last year, according to this. He signed with the Falcons. He was using pass snaps, but not run blocking snaps, according to PFF. 7 receptions, 46 yards, but that's not his thing. It doesn't say. It just says that he was part of 136 pass blocking snaps. So he was he was definitely part of blocking in the passing game, but according to this, he was not used at all in run blocking, which is crazy. Now think about it. Trying to find what else he got. Trying to find something. Nope, that didn't pop up. Let me see if I can find something else. I don't think Charlie Warner's not even being used right. I don't think at a run blocking. Great. All right, so his run blocking grade for Charlie Warner was 68.6 in the 2024 season. So he has 68.6, which is pretty good. Pass blocking. And he had an excellent pass blocking grade. No, that's Charlie Cross. Charlie Warner. Never mind. All right, so Charlie Warner had a 74.3 pass blocking grade and a 76.8 PFF run blocking grade. So he's not better than Charlie Warner. I don't see here. Let's double check. Who is it? Luke Farrell. Pass blocking. I don't think he's better than. He did have a better pass blocking grade than he had a better pass blocking grade than Charlie Warner by far with 86.2. So he had a better pass blocking grade. But what is his run blocking grade? I think that's the problem. He doesn't have the greatest run blocking grade. It's still good, but it's not the best. Run blocking grade. He has 61.9. So it's not the greatest, but still starter potential is 27th in the league. So he's still got starting running blocking potential, but he's by far way better than Charlie Warner is in the pass blocking situation. Like he's by far like way better by like 10 whole points. So at least there's that. I don't think McKivitz is a liability at all. He was actually our second best offensive lineman last year, and most teams don't have a stud right tackle. I would say McKivitz. Oh my God. That's praise, man. I think Pooney just made him better. But all right, okay. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. I think that's bold, Jeff. I think that's bold. I like it. I'll take it, man. If he's a top 10, top 15 right tackle, I'll take it, man. But I don't think he's a stud. I think Pooney helps him out a lot. And I would say he's our third best lineman. I would say he's third. It goes Trent, Pooney, and then it goes Pooney, Trent, and then McKivitz. That's not saying much on this offensive line. It's a tight end draft too. We can get a good one in the 4th or 5th round. My sleeper is Jalen Conyers for ASU. Trust. Look, man. Look, I also think it's a tight end draft as well. Somewhere you can get in the 5th round too. I agree with that. When I brought the need situation with tight end, I just didn't think that like tight end is a need for the future, right? Someone you need to get because George Kittle is not a young one, right? He's like 2 or 3 years left in him. Let's be honest. We need to find that tight end that can replace him, right? And no one's ever going to be George Kittle. No one is it's going to be very rare to find a guy who we're going to find a Hall of Fame tight end in George Kittle. Okay. It's going to be very rare to find a guy like that, but you still need to find a good guy, a good replacement, at least for him. And in this draft, you can potentially find that guy in the 4th or 5th round. There's definitely a high possibility there. I just don't think it's something you need to address in the 2nd, 1st, 3rd, or early 4th round. I think I would use the 5th round pick on him that we got for Debo. I would use the late 4th on a tight end because you need to get those. We need D tackles. We need a D line right now. Because you cursed one, I'm not going to put it on the screen, but I'll definitely get a check. F it. Just put Ben March at center, draft a card in 2nd or 3rd. Anything's better than Brendel falling in his ass. Wolfie, do you think that maybe having Farrell next to McKivitz is an opportunity to put for Pooney to help out Brendel more at 6 minutes? All right. That's good, Papa. That's actually good. I like that. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. Papa's got it, man. Papa, that's good, dude. Actually, I like that. I like that. That's a good point. I mean, having Pharrell back there next to McKivitz, that's true. At least he can call and talk and not sleep while trying to talk. Now, that would have been funny as fuck. Pooney definitely Pro Bowl snub this year. Good ball player. I mean, he's a rookie. I mean, if he became the Pro Bowl, that'd be awesome. But I mean, he'll have other times. He'll have other opportunities to make it happen. But yeah, I think that Pooney's got a bright future. Bright future. But then again, guys, all these great players that we got in the previous draft, guess what's happening? Guess what's happening with these players? We're heading into the sophomore slump. Sophomore slump time, guys. Can they beat the sophomore slump? Big deal, dude. Big deal. Be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't hit that like button already, guys, I'd really appreciate it. I read yesterday that we're looking at him. I'll look for it. I mean, if we're looking at him, I'll take a flyer on. You're right, man. There are so many options for center. Only problem is Chris Forster's a moron, and I love Brendel. That's true, dude. I don't understand. I don't want to get too much into the rest of these comments, and then I can jump into the mock draft. But I don't understand the love for Brendel by Chris Forster, man. Like, did he invite him to dinner and they just had the greatest time in the world, dude? Is Brendel blackmailing Chris Forster or something? Because honestly, that's what's causing me to hate on Chris Forster the most, is this Brendel shit. So I just can't take it. Brendel, what, 31st on pass blocking on PFF? I don't care, man. I understand. I understand that, like, and that's not great. 31st is not great. Like, obviously, it's back end starter stuff. But the reason why I'm saying, like, I don't care, and I don't mean that as, like, I don't care that you brought it up, Terradome. I don't mean like that. I meant more like, I don't care because I've seen with my own eyes how bad Brendel is. I've seen with my own eyes the dude get pancaked multiple times. I think because of Brock Purdy's ability to break out of the pocket, to be able to throw the ball off his back foot accurately at times, it saves Jake Brendel. I think it makes Jake Brendel look better. So I think Brock Purdy makes Jake Brendel look better because he gets the ball out and rolls out and escapes and stuff like that. I think that's what happens. Brendel's a better run and pass blocking grade Wolfie than Bradbury. F that. Look. He's on the Vikings, which is a different team. It's a flyer. I'm not saying go all out and spend a shit ton of money on him. He's definitely going to change. He's going to be better than Jake Brendel. I'm not saying that. But he is younger. I would take a flyer on him. I'd give an opportunity for him to actually be like, okay, it was just the Vikings, and he just wasn't good for the Vikings. Because there was a time that I know that Bradbury was good at one time. Right? There was a time, and he's still young, that he was good. It's potentially that he just doesn't – it's potential that he just doesn't mesh well with that offensive, especially with Sam Darnold, who has no mobility whatsoever, which could have hurt Garrett Bradbury. Because he made I love how Wolfie checks facts on live show. That's awesome. Hey, that's what we do here, man. That's what we do here. Terradome, for real, Forrester will always defend him. That bum Brendel, dude, always. So, man, I call Nick Forrester. I call Chris Forrester the what's it called? What is it? I call Chris Forrester the Nick Sorensen of the offensive line. Like, he's not the worst offensive line coach, but he's pretty bad with that Jake Brendel shit. If Pooney would have been a center from the get-go and would have the same success, do you think Kyle would have moved away from his no rookie center rule and would have started Pooney in his rookie year? If he was that good, oh yeah. Well, is Burford better at guard than Brendel is at center? Right? I don't know. It's interesting. Ask yourself, if it wasn't for he's better than Warner. He has a great second best blocking tight end in the league. Yeah, yeah. Jeremy Barnett with the facts, man. I see you. Good shit. Ask yourself, if it wasn't for all-world free agent ready-made Trent Williams, who has forced or developed as the offensive line coach, that's true. It's making him look better. Kyle does not care about the trenches. Our defensive line stinks. It's not all on Kyle. It's not all on Kyle. But Joe in the house. Not saying McKivitz is a stud. I'm saying most teams don't have a stud right tackle, usually only left. And yes, Trent and pretty obviously better than McKivitz, but last year Trent was hurt, so yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Why we get rid of Floyd if you have no replacement? Because they thought they were going to get Joey Bosa, and then Joey Bosa pulled the curtain right from under them and went to the Bills because they offered more money. That's what I think happened. I think they were actually going to do this too. I just want the team to be successful. I know, man, but you got to look at the bright side of things. And I'm not targeting you at all, but I've noticed like there's a lot. You are freaking out, and I want you to know there's still good on this team. You know what I mean? Like you gotta sometimes, man. Like like there's holes, but there's greatness on this team still. Like there's still things to be happy about. There's still things to be excited for. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of this team. I don't even think it's the end of us where we're not going to be competitive. Like, I don't see that either. Like, we still have an opportunity to be competitive. It's not over yet, right? I know you want this team to succeed, but we are fine. Like, you still have Brock Purdy. You still have a good wide receiver core, whether you like it or not. We still have a really good wide receiver core. We still have a good running back situation, even if you take out CMC. Mason Grandor, fantastic, right? You still have Trent. You still have Kittle, a Hall of Fame tight end. There's still great things on this offense to be excited for. Defensive-wise, you still have Nick Bosa. You still have two really good corners in Lenore and Green. You still have Mustafa, who's looking like a future all-pro safety, right? Who has the intensity of Greenlaw, but he's a safety, so nickel packages, that's going to be phenomenal. Like, there's still things to be excited for and build off of. It's not the end of the world. Jalen Carey ASU could fix that Kittle heir apparent. Dude, that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot, Tara. I haven't checked him out yet, though, so I don't even know. But be sure to hit that like button, guys. If you haven't that like button already, we're 1 like away from 10 likes, which would be a W in my heart. All right. I have to check out this Jalen Conyers guy from ASU. If like Terradome is just giving him the cash, giving him that cash. This team's not going to be very good if they don't fix the trenches. They have the draft still, right? Dalvin Tomlinson's still out there, which I think you can use 1 year on him. Theoretically, there are 2 D tackles in this draft the 49ers can get that would start for the 49ers. That would be good. They can get a D end as well. That would start for the San Francisco 49ers. That would be good because we do have depth at D end, and a lot of people don't agree with that, but I'm telling you right now we do. Gross Matos fits a wide 9. Samo fits a wide 9. Those are 2 D ends that are solid. If they could draft another D end, you now have 4 D ends who are good on a wide 9. So your D end position's fixed. It's really just the D tackle position that they have to address for sure. They need to come away with 2 D tackles for sure. But if we just get 2 D tackles and a D end, we're fine. I know there's still holes, but in a competitive aspect, not like Super Bowl contender, the greatest team of all time kind of type thing, but on a competitive standpoint, if this 49ers team comes away with 2 D tackles and a D end that start day 1, we're good. We're fine. We're good. We're technically good at linebacker. I know Greenlay's gone, but the reality is we're good at linebacker. We probably do need another corner, but you don't need 3 number 1 corners on a team. Safety-wise, you got plenty of safety depth happening right now. You're fine there. And you got Robert Saleh as a defensive coordinator. And we upgraded on special teams by far. Our special teams is 10 folds better than it was already. So there's still potential here. Like, they're still good. And it's still – they just need to get the D tackle positions figured out. Forcing to break up with Brendel, this toxic relationship needs to end. We're all just a bunch of friends around. We're all having not orientation, but I can't think of the word, but we're all just having a big, you know what I'm talking about. You know what word I'm talking about. What I word I'm talking about. Not orientation, but not innovation. What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? I can't think of the word, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Where you have a bunch of people hang out and they stop you from drinking or whatever. They have a whole thing. That's what we need to have for Chris Forrester with Jake Brendel. They should move Pooney to right tackle because they will not pay him when he is a free agent because they never pay guards. They'll pay him if he's not a pro and actually worth it. Banks was not worth it, Joe. Banks was not worth that money. I did not. If the 49ers paid him that money, I would have been upset. Aaron Banks has proven to constantly get concussions. He's not very good at his job. They will pay the guard if he's good, right? And if Pooney continues to be good as he is, they'll pay him. They're not going to just let a great player like that go. They'll pay him his money if he earns it. But, I mean, they let Banks go, and he was not good. He was not a good guard. So I'm happy he's gone. Indeed, I can't see the Brendel Bungles. What do you think of Kyle Juszczyk? I said it earlier. I like it. I'm not a fan of how much we paid him and cutting him and release him. But I think us cutting him was I think we wanted Joey Bosa. And it turns out we didn't get him. I think the 49ers were certain they were going to get Joey Bosa. And then that got pulled right from under them. That's what I think happened. That's why we lost Floyd. And that's why we lost Kyle Juszczyk at first. I think that's what happened. So I could be wrong. Fire Forrester is a terrible coach. I can get on board with that, Joe. I can get on that. Forrester has the worst offensive line and D-line in football. I don't know about worst offensive line, but it's bad. It's definitely bad. And D-line, I mean, as of right now, they do have the worst D-line. As of right now. But they also had one of the worst D-lines last year, right? They still had a terrible D-line regardless. So it's not like a huge drop-off or anything from Hargrave and McCollins. We went from the 26th defensive line to the 32nd. Not exactly the worst. Trent got worse last year, and Pooney was the only good offensive lineman. I agree he wasn't as good, but he was still good. Trent's still a good offensive lineman, but they need to get their younger guys, but Kyle refuses to fix the trenches. We'll see, man. We'll see. It's not over yet. Get rid of – I mean, it's not entirely true because we did trade for Trent Williams. So they do address the offensive line. And we did trade up to get Pooney, right? It's just that sometimes the Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, the rest of the team just kind of get content with certain with the offensive line. Like they don't think they have to have the best, but they just think they have to have a good enough offensive line, which is bullshit. That is the case. I don't think it's because they completely ignore it and think they don't think it's good. Because obviously, because Pooney wouldn't be on the team, Trent Williams wouldn't be on the team or whatever. I just think they think that the offensive line needs to be good enough, which is a problem. I do agree. Because Leonard Floyd was making top 20 edge money and couldn't stop the run. It wasn't consistently early in the year. We had a true third down opposite. But I think he had 1 year left on his deal where I think you could have kept him on and used him on third and long situations. I think he would have been good for that. For a fact, it's a passing down situation. I think he would be good for that. And just have him on the roster. It's only 1 year, right? Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, if he had multiple years on his contract, I would understand that then. But he had 1 year left, I believe, and it probably would have been worth it just keep him on there. But, I mean, whatever. John Lund said it's a freaking John Lund said it's like freaking out about your house not looking good on the first week of construction. I like that. That's good. Just like that. I appreciate you, Jake. I appreciate you. Be sure to like the button if you haven't liked the button already. They can't afford to reach on players with how many holes this team has. Takes the player's best player available. Well, that's the thing, though. If they did do the best player available thing, what if the best player available is a safety? What if the best player available is a wide receiver? It's you got to reach sometimes, and I think because technically, what was it? Pooney was a reach. Theoretically, Pooney was a reach, right? Especially as trading up for him. Guess what? Best offensive lineman in the draft. It's it's not just best player. I think best player available is a first round type thing. You get best player available in the first round, or you trade back. Either get the best player available or trade back, or get the best player available that fits your needs. So Shamir Stewart is a complete bust. He won't do anything. Shamir Stewart equals Solomon Thomas. Joe, but I'm sorry, bro, but you're totally wrong. I'm only going to say it's because the sack numbers, it was phenomenal against the run and had 58 pressures in 1 year with the greatest athleticism and combine. I'm going to agree with Joe. I'm going to agree with Joe Boyd here. I think Shamir Stewart is just Solomon Thomas. I don't like Shamir Stewart. I think he's an absolute bust. I don't like him at all. Jeff, you got I'm letting you know right now. If you like him, that's fine. I'm not going to say how dare you like Shamir Stewart. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you're allowed to have your guy in the draft and et cetera and stuff like that. But I don't like him. I think he's an absolute bust. I think he's terrible. I think it would be a mistake at 11. I think it'd just be another Solomon Thomas type situation. So I like that comparison with Joe Boyd. And it's just all flash with him. When I watch him play, man, I see a late third, fourth round pick. That's what I see in Shamir Stewart. I always felt that way. I'm Shamir Stewart's biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. If we catch fight, it's going to be direct. So I'm not a fan of Shamir Stewart. But if you like him, that's fine. I mean, you're allowed to like your guy, so stuff like so it's okay. Who's going to help Bosa out now that Leonard Floyd is gone? The 49ers are going to need a strong D end. I mean, if you want to talk strong, I mean, Gross Matos didn't get a fair shake last year because he had an injury problem, and then he had to play through an injury earlier on. But at the back end of the season, Gross Matos played phenomenal. He actually played really well. So hopefully in this wide nine with Robert Saleh, he can get the most out of him. I think he's pretty good. I like Samo and Gross Matos as depth. I think they're great depth pieces. But I do think they can still draft a D end who would be a starter day one. So it's not over yet. We really got to wait until after the draft to kind of evaluate the D line. I think that's the most important thing. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves by thinking oh, we're panicking. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. There's still time to address, especially in this draft where you can address those specific needs. It's not like they're going into a draft where, let's say, they needed a safety and there's not that many safeties, or it's not like they're going into a draft where they absolutely need a bunch of wide receivers and there's not a lot of wide receivers. They're heading into a draft where they need a guard, right? There's tons of guards. They need D tackles galore. Well, guess what? There's D tackles galore that'll start day one. They need a D end. Well, guess what? Between the first round all the way up into the third round, there is plenty of D ends to choose from. So there's things to be excited about. There's things to look forward to. Now, I think what people are afraid of with this draft is that we tend to not do what the fans expect. What happens usually, 49ers go off a whole other like for example, Pearsall last year. It worked out. Pearsall's looking great. Not for sure yet because 1 year doesn't define you, but Pearsall's looking fantastic, right? But at the time, we were like, what the F are you doing? We're freaking out because they did something that the fans did not see coming, right? Well, because of Pearsall allowed us to move off from Deebo Samuel, it allows us not to worry too much about Ayuk. But in this draft specifically, we can't afford the 49ers to deviate from what the fans want, right? They can't be another, just do it because it's best player available, or just do it because, no one else sees it coming, or the player you wanted is no longer there, so you'll try another time. Because that's what happened with the 49ers, right? I think there's a few guards and tackles they wanted to get in the first round, but they missed out on them. So they ended up getting Pearsall. You can't do that here, especially at 11. It's not like D tackles are going to be taken back to back from 7, 8, 9 to 10. You have a choice of your D tackle, and they can trade back, get more picks, and still draft a D tackle. My concern that I have is that the 49ers are going to deviate from what the fans want, and what the fans obviously know is the problem is D tackle in a D tackle draft, and not worry about it until the fourth round. That's my concern. You need to get one of these top-tier D tackles and then get a top-tier D tackle in the third round as well. That is like the one thing I think is scaring fans. I think that's one thing that's making fans freak out is the draft. You feel like they're not going to address the most obvious need. That's what I feel like is shaking faith of fans right now. But I'm telling you right now, if they don't address it, I would be shocked. Because they literally left this D tackle position bone dry. There is Evan Anderson is the only guy potentially that would be a good enough D tackle at some point. But that's hope. The rest of them are all terrible depth pieces that are like third or fourth in the depth situation. We have one D tackle who could be the second D tackle, and that's Evan Anderson. So out of the rest of the positions, like even D end, you name it, name a position. D tackle is the only one that is bone dry that needs to be addressed. So, pow, 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 wow, 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 pow, wow. Yeah, I'm not intervention. Thank you guys. Yeah, intervention. Hey, a little bit late there. I'm on a ramble there, but Joe Boy, do you like at 11 D-line prospects? I mean, there's a lot to choose from. I think the 49ers should trade back. I do think the 49ers need to trade back. This is a great opportunity to trade back. So be sure to like the live, guys. If you haven't liked the live, we're at 12 likes. We're 8 away from 20, man. Appreciate y'all. James Pierce. I'm not the biggest James Pierce guy. I wouldn't hate it. I mean, it addresses a need, but I wouldn't love it. I think he's like an early second round pick kind of type guy. Kenneth Grant. I'm not the biggest Kenneth Grant guy either. I think Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham kind of benefited from each other for being really good, and it kind of amped up their stats and their hype. And I would much rather have Derek Harmon. James Pierce has only proved he's a fast and good on third down, even though he's lighter and faster. His bend isn't great, and he doesn't have a lot of pass rush counters. Yeah, he doesn't have a bag. I agree with you that. He doesn't have a bag. He needs a bag, and he doesn't have it. Walter Nolan's not worth taking at 11. They should take an offensive lineman. If Membu's there, I wouldn't hate it just because he can play guard and right tackle, so he can fill two positions. And in the second round, theoretically, you can draft a D tackle still. It's not the end of the world, but it does address a need. And it's a good one, too. Joy Boyd, hell yes on Kenneth Grant and Walter Nolan. I don't want Walter Nolan. I'm not the biggest fan of Walter Nolan. I think he's worth an early second round pick, late first rounder. I think the only D tackle I would take at 11 is Mason Graham and Derek Harmon. Those are the only two D tackles I would take at 11. 1% agree. Shamir Stewart is mostly yeah, I think so too. Taking Shamir Stewart that high makes no sense. Yeah, I don't like it. Trade back if you want to get him. Get some draft picks. I want to say at the I think I want the team to fix the pass rush. I think they could do that with a player in this draft. They could do that. Thomas Shamir Stewart there. I think the 49ers need to trade back. That is like the number one thing. I don't think the 49ers, if they don't trade back, I think that would be stupid. If they don't trade back, I mean, if the 49ers do not trade back, I think that's dumb. I think they need to get a lot of picks in this draft, go from 11, somewhere in the 20s, get yourself a third and a fourth, or a second would be great, and a fourth, something like that. Get yourself like 2 extra picks between the second and fourth round, and then use those picks to trade up to get quality players. Because if you trade back in the first round, you can still get a starting caliber D tackle, and then with the 43rd pick, you can get a starting quality D end, and then with your third round pick, you could trade up again with those picks that you trade back for that you got in return. You could trade up again and get another D tackle. So you now just solve the D tackle, two D tackles and a D end with like a top 65 players. So I do think the 49ers need to trade back, so that way they can trade back up in a between 65 and 55 range to figure out the D tackle and D end situation. And then after that, they can do whatever the hell they want. They can go guard, they can go wide receiver. Well, I guess guard would probably be more important at that point. But after that, corner, linebacker, safety if you want to. There's a lot of things they could do. Trading back gives them so much potential. Unless they live up to that athleticism, but I think he's a damn good run stopper. Yeah, I think he's all right. I think he's a good run stopper too. You want to say best player available? Man, I don't know. I think they need to trade back. I think they need to trade back and I take best player available. There has been plenty of defense line press from college who didn't produce but had great traits and size and were developed in the NFL. True. Joe, if why want best player available at 11, I think the answer is possibly Will Campbell if he's there or Jalen Walker. I'm not a Jalen Walker guy. A lot of people were saying that as of late. I wonder, like, a lot of people were in love with Jalen Walker. I don't like that. I don't think he fits. You might as well have just kept Leonard Floyd. I don't know, man. I don't think he fits. I don't think Jalen Walker fits. I would much rather draft a pure D end, like a true D end. And I think Jalen Walker, he has more pass rush ability. I know that Jalen Walker is, but he's relatively small and doesn't exactly fit the wide 9. So I would want someone a little bigger, like Nick Scorton. Nick Scorton's not getting enough hype, by the way. Nick Scorton is phenomenal. Princely Amanu-Lawlin from Ole Miss, phenomenal. Will fit the scheme. Who else will fit the scheme? D end wise, James Pierce theoretically, but he needs to pack on a little bit more weight. He's got the speed and stuff, but he doesn't got a bag. It'll take him like a year. I don't like James Pierce there. Who else? Mike Green is a little small, but I'm a big fan of Mike Green. I don't know. I like Nick Scorton a lot. I think Nick Scorton would be phenomenal with the 49ers in the wide 9. 15 people in here, guys. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't hit it already. I appreciate it. Why? Super chat MVP Papa J. I appreciate you. Big W's, man. Thank you so much supporting the channel. Appreciate you as always, man. Yeah, man. Big W's, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it for supporting the channel. Why did they let go of Pepper? He didn't suck. I think, according to reports and from what I've seen, Weeks is actually a better long snapper. And I think that Brant Boyer probably liked Weeks more than Taylor Pepper. And I think what this offseason has signaled to me is that the 49ers have addressed the special teams down to a T. Every single player that we picked up pretty much. Yeah, every single player that we picked up, except for Kyle Juszczyk, of course, has been a special teams ace on some kind. Like, they're really good at special teams, right? Like Richie Grant, Pinnock, Gifford, special teams guy. Even Luke Farrell is a special teams guy. Every guy we picked up is a great special teams guy. And I think I think they're spending money on fixing that special teams. And I love that. I absolutely love the fact that they're focusing on fixing the special teams. Like, we were 32nd. We were content. It was terrible. With Brant Boyer's not fucking around, man. He's like, nah, dude, we got to fix the special team stuff. We can't have this. And guess what? We're doing that. I think our special teams should be great. Should look pretty good. I think the only thing we need now on special teams is a returner. So look into the draft. If we get a speed guy who was a kick returner in college, I would not be shocked if we draft that guy in the 4th or 5th round. I would not be shocked if that's our wide receiver we end up getting or running back. Because that's the one thing they haven't addressed yet, which is kick returner. Could be Cowling, I guess, but I don't trust Cowling because Cowling has dropped the ball. Cowling has dropped one punt return already, kick return, I think. Not the biggest fan of Cowling as a kick returner. And then Debo was our best punt returner. He's gone now. That's like our one need on special team that's left. We got, well, I guess kicker, but I have heard the 49ers are looking into kicker. So, yay! Let's go, baby. Yeah. Yeah. All right. They need to fix the O-line. Kyle never drafts centers or tackles. Well, he dropped McGlinchey. Now he drafted McKivitz. I think it's not centers, though, but that could change this year. Jared Wilson from Georgia, guys. That might be the answer. I just wanted to force not to force the D-line. I want them to change the way they draft. This is a deep defensive line class. Yeah, I agree. Also, yes, releasing Taylor Pepper confused me as well. He was like 6'4", built like a tight end, and never had any bad snaps. And you replace him with a long snapper older than the Pope. He's apparently supposed to be better than Pepper. Will Johnson would help this team also. Oh, I love Will Johnson, dude. Don't even say that. You're gonna make me like, God, dude. Will Johnson is such a draft crush of mine. If we got I'm not gonna go on a rant here. I'm just gonna say it real quick. If we got Will Johnson, man, I'd be ecstatic. Okay, I'd be super happy because we would have 3 incredible corners, man. We'd have probably the best cornerback room in all of football, like bar none. All right. But I'd much rather but the smart thing to do is trade back, get more picks at the end of the day. But Will Johnson, dude, I'm a big fan. Say Legend wins mold. Thanks, buddy. That's funny. Who do you think will start at linebacker with Warner? Right now, they'll probably address it in the draft for sure. They'll probably go for there's a few linebackers you can get in the 3rd or 4th, like Bossa is not bad. Demetrius Knight could possibly be there. Chris Paul is a good one from Penn State. I think it's Penn State. Is it Chris Paul? No, it's Kobe. I can't think of his name. It's Kobe something. From Penn State could be an option. There's a few. Danny Stutzman from Oklahoma. There's a few Dre Greenlaw-esque linebackers in this draft. Not saying they're going to be Dre Greenlaw. That's a tall ask for anyone, right? But they would be good. I would love their potential and what they could do. But if they don't address linebacker, it's definitely going to be either D. Winters, who's more of a Warner type, or Bethune, because Bethune is more of a Dre Greenlaw type. Bethune is a project. And again, what you do with projects is you give them a year, see if they develop, see if they could be that guy. And from what I've seen, Bethune could be that guy. He did flash a couple times last year and preseason, I think. And I think he played one game or two, a couple snaps, and he looked pretty good. So he could be our thumper. Bethune is. But again, I don't expect any of these linebackers to fill the shoes of Dre Greenlaw. That's the one thing I hope fans don't compare other linebackers that we get or anybody in this draft, comparing him to Dre Greenlaw. Okay, Dre Greenlaw, we got him in the 5th round. Absolute steal. I trust this team to draft linebackers. This team, since the beginning of time, has been incredible at picking out linebackers. Doesn't matter who the GM is, doesn't matter who the scouts are. We always just land a linebacker somehow. I trust this team to find the right linebacker to replace Dre Greenlaw. And again, not to the extent of that, but, one that can start definitely. The coaches are stupid because they never replaced Brendel. I hate that too. I hate that too. I think that's stupid. I'm going to be pissed if they draft a kicker or punter early. You and me both, brother. You and me both. If I see that shit, I'd be so upset. They've used their draft a kicker early ticket already. They've used that already. You can't use it again. Trade back with us and let's get a good defense player. All right. We'll probably do that in a mock draft that we're going to do in a second. We're going to do a mock draft here in a minute, guys, by the way. So be sure to hit that like button. I'll hear you guys' opinions too and stuff like that. We'll jump into a mock draft here in a minute. What do you like more about Derek Harmon than Walter Nolan? Harmon misses his gap sometimes when I watch. He's super aggressive, sometimes misses the running back. I would like him at 11, though. He's massive. He can fill the gaps. He could take on 2 guys. He's got the energy and the jolt. And I think he just needs, like you said, he has some misses tackle issues here and there, but all around, dude, he's just a pure D tackle. Like, I know Robert Saleh and Chris Kasurik can get the best out of him. I know they can fix that issue because that's the one issue with him, man. I think when he hits that hole, when he gets by the defender or he bends the line, that's important as a D tackle. It's not actually getting the sack. It's not necessarily breaking off the guard and rushing the runner right off that. Those are great traits, but Derek Harmon's able to bend the line. He's able to, if the runner were to go past him, he would make contact and get him. He has a lot of potential, huge upside, and day one, I think he would do phenomenal on this team. I think that he would be able to take on 2 guys and bend the line. Because you're not asking the D tackle to get the sack, right? You're asking the D tackle to pressure pressure the quarterback, which causes what happens when you bend the line a little bit. Take up two guys at once. Pause. He has that ability. Warner, on the other hand, is smaller, and he's more of like a one-on-one type guy, not really a double team type dude. He can rush the passer. He does have the ability to get the runs, but it's not consistent. I don't think he's that consistent. He's a monster. I love his motor, right? But he's more of a one-on-one type D tackle. He's more of a, once he gets by that lineman, then yeah, he's a beast, right? He's more of a sure tackle when you go by him. But he's just not a wide 9S kind of type D lineman. And I think Derek Harmon would just fill in that gap more, would just bend the line more. Because I'm not asking the D tackle to do what Walter Nolan's meant to do, which is rush the passer. I want my D tackle to bend the line, and that's what Derek Harmon would do. Big fan of him. Kyle, all right, there's a lot of comments in here, guys. I can't get to all of them. I do appreciate you guys, but we're going to jump into the draft real quick. I'm going to speed run through all these comments and then get to the draft, okay? All right, so we got Kyle John have to be fired if they take another kicker in the 4th round. They're not going to do that, trust. I think they burned that already. Walter not strong enough to play defensive tackle. Yeah, like I said, I think he's more of a one-on-one, but I still think he's good, right? Like if he had production of like Aaron Donald did in college, because Aaron Donald had that stigma where it's like he's too small to play D tackle. Well, obviously that wasn't a problem, but his production wasn't the question. It was like, can he handle NFL style players? Walter Nolan does not have the production of what Aaron Donald did, not even close. So it's not something I can hang on to, but I do like him. I feel like Walter Nolan might be a D end, feel some extra love. You know what I'm saying? Once he slips down, he might just be a D. That's true. That actually might be a good point. He might be a better D end. That's actually a good point. Jason in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Bradbury's just as bad as Brendel. Look at his stats. Yeah, but I think it was just because Sam Darnold's a stick. I think Sam Darnold's just terrible. And I think it hindered Bradbury. I would take a flyer on Bradbury. Bradbury is bad at pass protection. How is it? Joe Boy is clearly just speaking without any research. Walter Nolan might be the strongest D tackle in this class, even though he's only 296. Kenneth Grant is 330, only put up 22 reps. Yeah, I was actually very disappointed in the reps of some of these D tackles. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very disappointed. Joe Boy and Mason Graham's physique is terrible, especially compared to Nolan. I'm not the biggest fan of Mason Graham. I know that's a hot take. A lot of people love Mason Graham, but I'm not the biggest. Like, he's good. My hate on Mason Graham is the fact that he's playing next to Kenneth Grant, who's also a first-round draft pick. He's playing against, I can't think of the other D end on the Michigan's line, but he's like a third-rounder. He's playing with a starting defensive line, and he didn't have that good of production, I think, last year to deserve this kind of hype. I think it's all hype, and that's a hot take, and that's a hot take. Like, do I still think Mason Graham's going to be good? I do think Mason Graham's going to be good. But people were talking up Mason Graham as if he's going to be the next coming of Aaron Donald or Chris Jones or something like that. No, man, he's going to be like Christian Wilkins, right? He's going to be a good D tackle, just not that good, in my opinion. And I could be totally wrong. But if you look at tape, Nolan got beat a lot by Memu. But Memu was like a top 10 pick, though. Memu's a stud. The only time he muffed a punt was when he had his own players pushed into him after he got called for fair catch. Fair. Walter Nolan is I forgot to say this. Strawberry in the house. Forgot to show some love. Be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't hit that like button already, 15 people in here, man. Let's go, baby. Bang, bang, not a gang, y'all. Let's do it. All right, Walter Nolan's not going to struggle as defensive end. It was better defensive end. Why did Juszczyk come back for less? Why did Juszczyk come back for less money? Like a little bit less money, but he still got paid with being cut, and then he got a contract this year, so he's technically got a pay raise if you want to look at it. But he came back. I mean, why not? I mean, you got all your friends here. I think he said it in the message that all of his friends were here. His home is here. He loves it here. He loves the culture. It says a lot about the culture, by the way. He loves George Kittle. He's a big fan of him. He loves CMC. He's a big fan of this team. He's a big fan of this culture. I'm glad he's back. I really honestly am. That's capped. He's not a Tika, so he doesn't have to line up against Armand that much. True. He did actually have some bad snaps. They were just saved and overlooked by Moody's missed kicks. Jason. That's absolutely hilarious. Facts about Pepper. Who Green and who else? Lenore. Lenore is an absolute stud. Lenore is a top 10 corner in my eyes. I think Lenore is a top 10 corner in this draft. Not in this draft, but in the league. He could play nickel or outside, so it kind of helps the 49ers where they're not strapped. Like the 49ers don't need to get an outside corner. They don't need to get a nickel corner, but they can play with the draft a little bit. They can get a nickel corner, Lenore can play outside. If they get an outside corner, Lenore can play inside. So Lenore is like a hybrid, and that's so fantastic. Lenore is a stud. He's a top 10 corners draft. They need to draft someone, Chris Paul, Kobe. Yeah, there's some guy named – I didn't notice that. Chris Paul, Kobe, what the fuck? I just know his basketball players. That's true. $7,000. $7,000 in the house. That's freaking hilarious. Not a fan of linebacker 2, linebacker 3. Yes. Yeah, I like Winters as a guy who's behind Warner because he's a Warner type linebacker. He's not a Dre Greenlaw linebacker. And that number 2 linebacker needs to be the thumper. So I do agree with that. Collaboration. Daniel knows. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome back. We are drafting Mike Green, has character issues. Yeah, I've heard about that. We can't afford stuff like that. And I've heard he's innocent and stuff, done some research. But I like Mike Green. I do. But I think Nick Scorton would be a better – I think Nick Scorton is a first-round D end, and he fits the wide 9 perfectly. He doesn't get enough hype. Is the entire drive going to be defense? Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do in this mock draft coming up, guys. He's massive. You know what else is massive? I low-key think Derek Harmon is the best possible pick for the 49ers in the first round. I agree. I think Derek Harmon is like my favorite perfect fit kind of type linebacker, D tackle. You and me, Juan. 110%. Waldron did not dominate in college. Joe Boyd, you guys are having your dispute about Walter Nolan, which I respect. As long as you guys don't get personal, that's all I care about. This I would skip defensive line in the first round, take players that are not risk. Walter Nolan with the top 11 pick, before the combine. That's true. Hey, Wolfie, I got to go B-Day party, but I'll be sporadically listening and interacting as much as I appreciate you. Best mod a bro can ask for. We're at 13 likes. We're 7 likes away from 20, baby. 20. All right, then after that, it's 21. Then 22. 23. After that, we got a goal, baby. Joe Boyd, you keep saying all these names I give suck, but haven't given one player you would like at 11 other than just best available. I think he said Will Johnson. I think Will Campbell, if he's there, would be great. I think it's best available. 49ers Media in the house. Good to see it. Good to see you. Papa J, 80th birthday party coming up. Damn, Marketing Pro. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you joining the live. Be sure to like the live if you haven't liked the live already. Wolfie was taking more days off than me, and I was live for 11 hours. Oh. Hey, man, I go live when I can bring you the energy. All right, if I can't bring that energy, then I guess what? I can't bring that quality content. I always go live when I can bring this type energy. Type energy. But yeah. And I didn't take days off, man. I got what? I put some shorts out there. I played some games, right? I did some things like that, man. I put some shorts out there. Not pants, but some shorts. Okay? But yeah, you were alive for 11 hours. You did an 11-hour shift. I did an 8-hour shift, by the way. I don't appreciate this hate. All right? I did an 8-hour shift. A 7-hour shift on Monday and an 8-hour shift on Wednesday, all right? And then I came for a part-time shift on Wednesday. I would take Membu if he was available. I agree. I think Membu and Will Campbell would be great. As long as Will Campbell can play tackle, then I would do it. 17, 18 people in here. Be sure to like the live. If you haven't liked the live already, I really appreciate it. Yes, my fathers, please be good in here, bro. Oh, shit. 8th birthday. Nailed it. Oh, Will Campbell. Joe Boyd, yeah, Will Campbell for sure. That's a good take. Studying up for the March Madness. Hey, man, I would join you in March Madness, but I would just win, and I would hate to take that from you guys, right? I don't want to just go in there, dominate when I know nothing about March Madness, and I would destroy you guys at it, and I can't do that. I just can't do that to you guys. If not, trade back to 17 and take Kenneth Grant. I'll go further back than that. Take that guy. What up, my brother? Niner has those. If it's not Duke, I don't care. All right, Duke. I'd probably pick Duke just because of the name Duke. Did you notice I made you a mod? Oh, shit. Like and subscribe. That's why I love a mod 4. 49ers wanted Juice to take a pay cut. They still have to take the dead cap hit, though. That's what I thought so, too. But I like it. I like him coming back. I don't hate it. I like it. I love it. Just because we cut him and signed him and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he's a good blocker. Still helps out the team. He just doesn't touch the ball that much. Val in the house. Welcome back. Hey, showing some love. That's what I got to see. Shit, how did I forget about Lenore? I know, Jake, you're dropping the ball, man. You're supposed to be like my info guy. You're my info guy, man. Dropping the ball. 14 likes, guys. We were 6 away from 20. Big deal. My brain just left 10 quadrillion brain cells. Jake, yo, sorry. You said hi to me. Unforgivable sin. I forgot, if it means anything, I forgot. I think 49ers Brian was in here, by the way. I forgot to say hi to him. 49ers Brian knows. Someone sent me Steve-O sent me a super sticker, and I forgot about that. And I feel like shit for that. It's only 99 cents, right? But still supports the channel, and I appreciate it. So I really regret forgetting about him. That really bums me out. Michael in the house fell asleep on a live. I heard, man. I fell asleep. I heard you fell asleep during a live. You're like, yeah, and then we should sign Brock. We'll be out of that chat. Hope you all doing great. I remember great Saturday so far. You can still join. It's just for fun. I would take it too seriously and dominate. I would just take it too seriously and be just dominated. So, you know. All right, so we're gonna jump into a mod. I appreciate everyone threw some comments out there. We're at 14 likes. We're 6 away from 20. If you guys can hit that like button, if you haven't already, it would seriously help me out. It'd make my 49ers heart grow from here to here. If you haven't already. So appreciate you guys. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the mock draft. NFL Draft Simulator. All right, here we go. We're going to use, I don't like PFF just because I can't trade. Pro Football Network, I don't like that because sometimes I'll see Travis Hunter and like Mason Graham there, and I don't like that. So, and I don't have the subscription for PFF. I know that 49ers Media does, so he could do something like PFF. I like it there, but we're going to use NFL Draft-based Simulator. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Share this tab. I appreciate you all so much for supporting the channel. Really, really do. All right, like and subscribe. Okay, mock draft time, brother. Trade down 8 left if Will Campbell or Banks ain't there, and take Derek Homer or Walter Nolan. I don't like Banks, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm not taking Banks. I don't think he fits the scheme. I don't like him. I'm doing a bracket like 5 different groups, choosing same teams on all of them. That if you're taking the same teams on all of them, then that means you're probably taking some risks there. Everybody smash that like button. Here we go. If you don't like it in 5 minutes, chat determines. If you don't get it in 5 minutes, chat determines. Okay, that's fine. I will do a timer. I'll do a timer for you guys, so you guys can interact with this draft. All right, I'll do a timer. Let me get rid of some of these tabs here, so there's no lag of any kind. Be careful not to leave this here. Okay, we're jumping into the draft situation. All right, let me zoom in a little bit. All right, mock draft time. Boom! Pa! All right, here's the mock draft of San Francisco 49ers. And trade Brock Purdy. Never, dude. Never. By the way, I will throw this out there. I like Quinn Ewers better than most people do. I actually do like him. I think he's good. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. Maybe not the greatest, but I do think he's going to be good. Better than what most people say he's going to be. Some people say he's not going to be good at all, not even a backup, which I disagree with. All right, let me bring up a timer. Okay, 3 minutes. 3 minutes with the first round pick. No, let's do 5 minutes. Yeah, we'll do 5 minutes. We're going to do 5 minutes. And here we go. Let's get to my pick. Carter went first. Ward is set going to the Sanders with the Giants. Okay, Membu is gone. Graham is gone. Genty is gone. Banks is gone. Pierce is gone. Loveland's gone. And Travis Hunter just got taken. Will Campbell is there. Will Johnson. Jalen Walker. Shamir Stewart. Mikael Williams. Mike Green. Johnny Barron's moved up to draft boards. There's a lot of talent here. Oh, I have to start the clock. We got no trade offers, but we're going to trade back with the Bengals. The Bengals. I like Will Campbell, but I'd much rather trade back. That's what we're doing. We are trading back, whether you like it or not. Okay, Cincinnati. 17th pick. There you go. We'll take your 38th pick. And what is that worth to you? You accept that trade. Take your 3rd and 5th round pick. Apparently, that's a lot. All right, we're going to take a 3rd and how about your 4th then? Oh, my God. What's happening here? Okay. Remember, I'm on the clock. So 17th pick. Is that worth it? Hey, you guys will take that deal? Will you take that deal? Will Campbell is available. So we're going to trade for a 3rd. I don't think they would trade a 2nd to move up that many spots. So that's why I didn't click on the 2nd, by the way. So they're going to give us a 3rd and a 4th to move up to make sure they're probably going to get Will Campbell here. And I know a lot of people love Will Campbell. I know everyone's a big fan of Will Campbell. But I'm sticking to the draft strategy. There are guards in this draft that we can get later on, okay? I'd much rather get some draft capital now, move up in the draft, and I don't think – for some reason this simulator will let me use a 2nd-round pick. I don't think that's happening. So just to move up, 6 spots? That would be kind of crazy if they gave up a 2nd-round pick. So I'm going to go ahead and they're going to give us a 3rd and a 4th to move up. Even that is kind of risky, so I'll give them like a 6th. I'll give them a 6th or whatever because I feel like that's a little bit much. So, all right, we're going to accept this trade and move back to the 17th pick. Grant's gone. Will Campbell's gone. Warren is gone. McMillan's gone. And Luther Burden went to the Arizona Cardinals. Will Johnson's still on the board. All right, we're starting again. Here we go. We're starting again. Will Johnson still on the board. Mikael Williams. D. Lyman, Walter Nolan, Derek Harmon still on the board. We're going to trade back again. We're going to trade back once again to who's back here? Who's back here? Let's go Houston Texans. I think the Texans will give up something. Houston Texans here. We're going to trade back once again for the 17th pick, and we will take their 79. Is that good? They'll take that. Okay. Another 3rd rounder and a 7th. All right. We'll do 5th. We'll do that instead. Hold on. Houston. I'm trying to make these draft situations realistic. I'm not going after 2nd-round picks just like that, just because I don't think they would give up a 2nd-round pick just to move up 8 spots, but I do think they would give up the 79th pick and a 5th for that and a future and a 6th rounder. I can see that. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that's worth it? I said, if you don't take it in time, you're taking Shamir and Trey Purdy. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to trade for another 3rd and a 5th. Just move up 8 spots. We'll give them a 6th in return. Take their 5th. And apparently that's too much. Apparently we're giving them too much. According to this simulator, we're giving them too much. So I don't know what's going on there, but we'll take it. So, because I already given them a 6. Okay. Accept that trade. We're moving back to 25th pick. Okay, here we go. Moving back. Come on. Please be there. Please be there. Please be there. Please be there. Damn it. He got taken. Fuck. All right. Zucre is gone. Mike Green's gone. Ravel's gone. Oh, shit. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. All right. TJ Sanders still on the board. Walter Nolan still on the board. Edge. Mikael Williams still on the board. Nick Scorton still on the board. Walter Nolan. I know this is Jeff's guy right here. I would have traded back with the Chargers and gotten Harmon so they can get Tyler Warren in the 1st. True. Walter Nolan's still on the board. At 25, I like it. I also like Talik Williams. It's a huge drop-off from here when it comes to D tackles, when it comes to tier. But Mikael Williams and Nick Scorton are still on the board. I would almost take Nick Scorton here. Sorry, Mikael Williams. It's either Mikael Williams or Walter Nolan with this pick. Jeff is screaming Nolan. What do you guys think? What do you guys think I should take here? What do you guys think I should take? I think I might go Woolen with the 25th pick. I think 25th is pretty good, is a pretty good deal. But I also like Mikael Williams. Mick Scorton might be there later on. Yeah, I'm going to go Walter Nolan. I think the 25th pick for Walter Nolan's good. And you could still get a bend-the-line D tackle in TJ Sanders, Alfred Collins, and Talik Williams. I think all 3 of these guys are solid. I really don't know enough about Darius Alexander. I'm not going to lie to you. But you get Walter Nolan at 25. I think that's perfect. I think that's a perfect spot for Walter Nolan. Who's all available? Tyler Booker is still out there. I'm going Walter Nolan with the 25th pick. I just think that's just too – I think it's a perfect spot. Scorton has a bag of pass rush moves. McKill has none. Yeah, I like Scorton a lot. I think I can get Scorton later on. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it, man. We're going to do it. We're going to take Walter Nolan with the 25th pick in this draft. I think that's a steal. Okay, here's the Cleveland Browns, 23rd pick. Who's available edge-wise? You got what? Oh, Scorton is gone. Scorton is gone. The pass rushers I like are Jack Sawyer and Princely, 2 of my favorite pass rushers. I'm not the biggest Landon guy, but I think Princely will be there at 59. I think Princely will be there at 43. Or Jack Sawyer. I'm not the biggest JT guy. I'm not the biggest fan of JT. D-line wise, you still got Talik and Alfred. I'm going to go ahead and who's best available right now? You still got Campbell out there, Starks, Golden, Amon Wari still on the board. Gray Zabel can play center, guard, or tackle. Donovan Jackson's nice. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep let it going. I'm gonna keep let it flow. T.J. Anderson, Gray Zabel's gone, Dart's gone, Connolly's there. Thomas, Campbell's got taken, Hampton, Steele, Starks, Golden, and Amari. Okay. That's a great offer there. That's a good offer by the Chiefs, but I feel like the fan base would riot if I did that. So edge, probably Jack Sawyer. We'll probably take Jack Sawyer at edge here. Greg Zabel's not there. He got taken. Greg Zabel's gone. Where's he at? Yeah, Grayson Bell's gone, but Donovan Jackson's solid. We have D-tackle addressed. Edge is a need. And you got Jack Sawyer, I think will be good at Princely. I'm going to go ahead and take D-tackle, Talik Williams still on the board, Alfred Collins, TJ Sanders. Donovan Jackson is so good. So is Savea. I think he'd be a good guard. Offensive tackle. He's a good right tackle. Williams is. Edge, I feel like I have to take edge here. It's either going to be Princely or Jack Sawyer. I can't decide. Juan says Jack Sawyer. What do you guys think? Jack Sawyer or Princely? I like Princely a lot. I think Princely is amazing. I'm definitely going to edge here, though. I'm probably going to go Jack Sawyer. You're right. That's true. Stewart's gone, Jake. Donovan Jackson would start over Ben. Yeah, he would. So would Jonas Avea. Where's he at? Jonas Avea would start over him. I think Jonas Avea and Donovan Jackson would both start over him. I'm going to – this is tough. This one's tough. But edge, got to go edge. I feel like I can't miss out on any of these guys. I can't do it. I can't miss out on edge. It's just D line is just too important right now. So I'm going to go Jack Sawyer. I'm drafting Jack Sawyer. Yeah, I'm going to take Jack Sawyer here, guys, with the 43rd pick. There you go. All right. Now, up to the maybe Denver. Drake Jackson's gone. Okay, who's all available left now? We still have Tumalo, guys gone. Okay, so Princely's gone. D-line, you still have Alfred Collins and TJ Sanders. Let's let it go a little bit. Norman Lott's gone. Okay, I cannot miss out on TJ Sanders here. I'm going to trade up with the Lions. You know, I'm going to trade up with the Commanders because we're familiar with the Commanders. I feel like we can get away with the Commanders. We're familiar with them. Adam Peters, 61st pick. We'll give him the 79th pick instead of the 75th. That's something we traded. You know what? There you go. We'll do this right here. That's good. That's fine. We'll do that. And a 5th. That's not enough, really? Damn. That's only okay. Can't do one-on-one trades. Okay. Not enough. Okay, and I'll give you that in a future 5th. Might have to give him more than that. That's not enough? Are you serious right now? That's not enough? We're going to keep going. Damn it, he got taken. TJ Sanders would have got taken anyway. Alfred Collins is the only one that's left now. Alfred Collins is the only D-tackle left that can bend. That can bend the line. I think there's potential out there with Peebles, Roberts, and Pegas. I like them, but they're not. Alfred Collins is a bend-the-line kind of type D-tackle. We just missed out on TJ Sanders. I knew I should have traded up with the freaking fracking Lions. So we can't miss out. We can't miss out. We can't miss out. We can't miss out on the last guy who I think would benefit this line day one. Kansas City Chiefs, where are you? 66th pick for the 75th pick and a 5th. Sorry, this 5th here. You accept this trade. Okay, here we go. We just traded up with the Chiefs. Trade offer. Look at all these trade offers we got. Fall back 4 spots. Get another third. Can't risk it, though. We can't risk it. Take the biscuit. We got to take the best guy available here. We're taking Alfred Collins. We need that second D tackle on the roster. We traded up for a reason. I like Mason Taylor, I do, but not this early right now for tight end. So Alfred Collins, we need him now. So there we go. All right, we're gonna let it fly. Gunnar help. Tight ends are going, guys. Tight ends are going. All right, here we go. Trade offers. Not a fan. Not a fan of these trade offers here. All right, so we got the edge we need. We got the 2 D tackles that we need. Okay, we got a guy who can bend. We also got a D lineman who is like a one-on-one attacker type guys. These 2, I think Alfred Collins and Walter Nolan are going to be absolute studs on this D line. I would prefer Alfred Collins to be TJ Sanders. I'm not going to lie to you, but Alfred Collins is the next best thing. He will start for you day one, and I think he will be good, and he will only get better as it goes on. I think Alfred Collins is a great pick. So I think that's actually a good pick. Donovan Jackson, I think, would have been great there too as well. All right, so who do we got next that's left? What do we got? 79th pick, 81st. We got a few options here. We just fixed the D-line. We do need another D tackle, but later on we can address that. We got the edge we need. Now we have what? Guard, center, second linebacker, corner, sort of safety, but I don't think they're going to do safety in the draft. A punt returner, kick returner, wide receiver, kind of type wide receiver, and a backup tight end would be great. So there's still options, but I think, believe it or not, I think we fixed the D-line. I actually like this. I don't love it. Again, I would prefer to have taken TJ Sanders, but Alfred Collins is a stud. All right. And Jack Sawyer or Princely would have been great at the 43. 39. Who do we got? Jordan Birch, edge. This guy, the 49ers love him. Offensive tackle. Holland Pierce is going to be our offensive tackle later on, guys. Holland Pierce is going to be our tackle for the future. Develop him in the future. Arterial offensive line. You got Grant. Miles Frazier. We'll probably take him if he's there at 13. Because I like him. I think Miles Frazier has starting potential. Dorian Strong. You guys know how I feel about Dorian Strong. Mello Dotson. I'm a big fan of Mello Dotson. I'm surprised he fell back so as far as he did. Linebacker, you still got Demetrius Knight at linebacker. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to take Demetrius Knight here. I think that's a great pick. UCLA linebacker says Nikita. No to Ewers. I like Demetrius Knight here. I think Demetrius Knight is the pick here. He fits Trey Greenlaw down to a T. Starting linebacker for us day one. Absolute monster. Who's the corner? There's still some corners we get later on. Safety, Makuba still out there, but I don't think we're going to get a safety in this draft. Tight end, Gunnar Helm's gone. But I like Ferguson. Not a fan of Arorio. Hawes is a good blocker. Connors from this right here is Terradome's guy here. Best player available right now is either Joshua Farmer, dude. Oh my God, dude. We got Joshua Farmer as well, man. Oh my God. Oh my God, Joshua Farmer too, man. Oh my God, dude. Joshua Farmer is on the board. If we get Joshua Farmer, Walter Nolan, who Joshua Farmer is a Walter Nolan type D tackle. I love Joshua Farmer, dude. Oh my God. It's either Joshua Farmer here, guys, or it's either Joshua Farmer here or Knight. What do you guys think? Who do you guys think I should take here? I think I'm going to take Knight, though. I feel like I can't trust. If I miss out on Joshua Farmer, that's fine. There's still some good D tackles down the line that would still relatively could be good projects and depth players. Demetrius Knight, however, would potentially start right next to Farmer. Sorry, right next to Fred. Nikita says Farmer. Man, this one's tough, but I'm gonna go Knight. I know you like Farmer, Nikita. I like Farmer too, but we already got 2 D tackles, and I just think Knight is too good to pass up. I like Danny Stutzman too. There's a few D tackles out there I like, linebackers I like, but he's just too good. He's just too good to pass up. He's just too good. Some trade offers here. Fall back, get a couple 6. Fall back, get a 5th there. Nah, we'll pass. We shall pass. Makuba is taken. Makuba is off the board. D-line, Joshua Farmer is still on the board at 81. Linebacker, interior offensive line, Miles Frazier should be there at 113. Tight end, there's still a couple out there too as well. Edge, Birch is still on the board. I know a lot of people like Birch. I like this guy from UCLA. I like him. And the 49ers do too. I think either one of these guys is going to be there at 100. I'm going to take Joshua Farmer here, guys. Raider Ryan in the house. Good to see you. Good to see you. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't hit that like button already. I appreciate you showing some love. That's why I like to see Papa J, Iowa tight end. That's someone we can get later on in the draft. So I'm doing it, guys. I'm taking a 3rd D tackle in Joshua Farmer, who can play edge as well. Joshua Farmer is an inside-outside guy. He's a very Gross Matos type player. He could play D end as well. He's a versatile player who has, if you go watch his tape, Joshua Farmer wins double teams. I'm not saying he's Aaron Donald, but when you see him cut through the double teams, that cut he does, he almost does like a cut where it's like right through the double team. He cuts through double teams. I've seen it. Can he do that in the NFL though? Joshua Farmer's got the motor. He's got the moves. He's got the instinct. I'm sorry, man, but we got the bend the line D tackle in Collins. We got Nolan who can do it, but also if we get Joshua Farmer, he can play D end as well. And I think we just fixed the entire D line, guys. I think D line has been fixed with Joshua Farmer at 81. We got technically an edge and a versatile edge with Joshua Farmer and D tackle. We got a bend the line D tackle and Alfred Collins. And we also got Walter Nolan, who's a great one-on-one type D tackle right next to Collins, would do phenomenal. So I love this. I actually love this draft so far. And so we got Knight, Farmer, Collins, Solar. We don't need any more D tackles. I think we're good on D tackles now. Both the D line edge we like there. Pegas is a great later on D tackle. That wouldn't have been bad, but I think we came out on top. I think we came out on top, guys. I think we came out on top. Good times with old players, some injuries, issues, and big contracts. I think, hey, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate you recognize that. A lot of 49ers fans don't see that, man. I appreciate that, Raider. I think we did too, man. We got a bunch of players that don't produce. We got rid of a bunch of players that are older, didn't produce, or personal tragedies such as Ward. I think, if Colin Lynch did this draft in real life, I would take back everything bad I ever said about them. Because I think the Joshua Farmer pick is perfect just because, like, if you miss out on an edge, you got Joshua Farmer. Or if you get one edge and then you get Joshua Farmer, you got a guy who does both. So you're not – and if one of these guys gets hurt, if Alfred Collins gets hurt or Woolen gets hurt, Joshua Farmer could fill in. If Jack Sawyer gets hurt, Joshua Farmer can fill in. He's perfect. Absolute perfect. I think this is a perfect draft, in my opinion, so far. It could be better if Alfred Collins was TJ Sanders, but again, it's not that big of a drop-off. Okay, so what do we got left to worry about here? Corner, tight end, guard, safety, wide receiver, and future tackle. So there's a few six needs here that I think we got left. We're at 16 likes, guys. We're at 4. We're at 4 to go. We got 4 to go. Strawberry, I'm not freaking out. I think a lot of fan base is freaking out. I like Raiders is coming in with facts, man. I think we're making some great moves. All right. Jack Hawes, we can get later. D-line, we're fine at D-line. I don't like Shamir Turner, by the way. I don't think he's that good. Quincy Riley, Dorian Strong, I like him more. Kobe Bryant. Who's best available right now? Scatterbo's on the board. Wyatt Williams can play guard. Savon Williams, dude. Oh, my God. Savon Williams. Savion Williams at 92. Oh, dear Lord. Guys, oh, my God. He's like my draft crush. He's my draft crush. Savion Williams is on the board, y'all. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. It's so hard. It's going to be so hard not to take him. It's not a need. It's a 100th pick, though. Corners we can get later. Safety we can get later. We already addressed linebacker. Malum is a guard. I might draft Malum just because he might be a good guard. And guard is a need. But Savion Williams, dude, oh my goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Oh my God. Oh my goodness gracious. I would rather have kept Collins than Elliott. Elliott proves nothing. The problem with Collins, they expected him to be a starter. He's not bad as a depth piece. I think he could be a starter next to Nolan. I think he can do it. I'm not expecting him to be a Derek Harmon or anything like that, but I do expect him to bend the line. That's what I want him to bend the line. I'm not asking him to. I'm expecting Collins to bend the line, which is all I'm asking him to do. I'm not actually asking him to get the quarterback or break free. He needs to add pressure. Savion Williams. All right, guys, I need your help. Savion Williams, who I fucking love, dude, or Malum, because we need a guard. And I think Malum would start at guard for the 49ers. I can't. Scatterbo. Oh, God, Scatterbo. I like him too, but maybe if he's there at the 113th pick. But we got Mason, Garendo, and CMC back there. Oh, my God. Sorry, Wolf. I was talking about Malik Collins. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I agree with that then. Do we still have Ayuk in this universe? Yes, we do. We still have Ayuk in this universe, yes. I just don't know if he's going to start day one. We still have Ayuk in this universe. So, all right, guys, I'm drafting Wyatt Malum, moving him to guard. He will take the place of guard. So we're taking Wyatt Malum. We're moving him over to guard. And he would start day one. There you go. All right, I did it. I pulled the trigger. I let my draft crush go, man. Oh, I let him go. Scatterbo went right after. Oh my god, dude. Scatterbo, dude. Went wrong. I was gonna take Scatterbo with the 113th pick. That's absolutely wild. By the way, that 112th pick should have been ours. Oh my goodness gracious. And he's gone, man. Ah. Scatterbo and Savion is gone. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, but you picked Sawyer, so you know I'm not a fan. Yeah, I know you're not a fan of him. Amy in the house. Good to see you. Be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't hit the like button already, yeah, look at this. Look at this. I understand that you like Sawyer, but if he's as good as I think he is, great pick. But it was between him and Princely. It was really make that pick. It's Jack Sawyer or Princely. I like them both. But I feel like the 49ers will probably go Jack Sawyer over Princely. All right. It's not over. There's still some talent on the board. We're good at D-line. There's no more D-line we need to address. I think we're solid at D-line now. We're good at linebacker. We're good at guard. There is no centers in this draft. It was taken. Wilson was already taken. He's off the board. So there's no real centers left. I guess Willie Lampkin and Clay Webb, I think, are all centers. They can get later on as potential future guys. Tight end wise, you still got Terrence Ferguson. Haas, you could probably get later on. Ferguson might be the pick here. I might go Ferguson. Running back, Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon is still on the board, dude. Oh, my God. Ollie Gordon is still on the board. Ferguson, I don't know enough about Ferguson. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna shit in your pants. Okay. I don't know enough about that guy, to be honest with you. Peebles is gone. Oh, all the D tackles are gone. Damn. Corner, Dorian Strong. I like Dorian Strong out of these corners here. And corner is a need. Mello Dotson's back there. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is still there too. Niners are not going to rebuild. They're fine. If they were going to rebuild, they would have got rid of CMC. They would get rid of Trent. They would get rid of Kittle. They would get rid of Fred. They would get rid of Nick. If they were rebuilding, that's what they would do, but they're not rebuilding. Okay. All right, guys. Between Dorian Strong, Kobe Bryant, Dorian Strong, Winston Jr. is still on the board as a safety, but I don't know if he's fast. I don't think he's a speed guy. I don't think he fits. What was Winston Jr.'s speed? He ran a 4 as at Penn State, though. No, he ran a 4.45, 4-yard dash at the scouting combine. That's pretty fast. I like Ferguson. My draft crush is Teddy Buchanan. That guy is a monster, and he reminds me a lot of Junior Fred Warner. Wolfie, the real question is, how many extra picks do you think we have from additional player trades, like candidates Mason, Ayuk, or Brock, for the Mac fans? I don't think Ayuk's going to get traded. Mason, I think Mason might get traded here. I think potentially Mason might get traded. But Buchanan is not on the board. I think he's a linebacker too. So it's between those corners. We're good at linebacker. I like Danny Stutzman a lot, but we got enough linebackers. Between those corners, Terrence Ferguson or Ollie Gordon. If I knew Mason was going to be traded, I would take Ollie Gordon here. But I don't know that. And I have to go with what I know. So I'm not going to take Ollie Gordon. Ferguson, I like him, but I know a lot of people are fan. I like Hawes, Conyers, and Lackey. I like Conyers because Terradome likes him. I like Haas because Strawberry likes him. I like Luke Lackey because I've seen his tape. I think he's a great receiving tight end. I think he'd be perfect behind George Kittle. So I think there's more options at tight end later on. Running back wise, there's still some solid guys in the back end. Is Tootin back here? Tootin's been taken. Tootin is gone. Tackle, you still got Holland Pierce. I can get later possibly if he's still there. I'm going corner, and I'm going to draft. It's either going to be Dorian Strong or Kobe Bryant, guys. I'm not taking a running back with this pick. It's either Dorian Strong or Kobe Bryant. Who do you guys got? Bryant to Strawberry. I like Dorian Strong better. All right, Kobe Bryant, how fast did you run? I'll make this a 4.4553 speed for Kobe Bryant. Dorian Strong ran a 4.5 as well. I'm going to take, honestly, guys, I'm going to take Kevin Winston Jr., safety. 4.5 speed. He's got 4.45 speed. He is technically got high upside. He can play special teams if I need him to. He's got good ability, and he's fast. And that's what we need at safety right now. We need a free safety who's fast, and 4.45 is fast for a free safety. And he's got upside. And a lot of people argue, even with Grant and Pinnock out there, he's faster than those guys, younger than them. And he could be the star for the future. I'm going to go Kevin Winston Jr., absolute steal at 113. Welcome, Winston Jr. from Penn State. Welcome. I like the speed, like the upside, fills a hole, allows Grant and Pinnock to be our back guys. Pause. Corner, Dorian Strong and Kobe Bryant are still there too. You still got Kobe Bryant and you still got Dorian Strong. Interior offensive line. Frazier's gone, which is a bummer. That is someone I wanted there. Offensive tackle, Lunt and Hort gone there. I probably would have took Frazier if he was still there because I think he's good. But we need a corner now. Tight end, Ferguson's still on the board. All right, I'm going to go corner. And you guys picked Bryant. All right, guys, we got Kobe Bryant. Kobe. Keep in mind, guys, he's a 4.53 speed. He's got a 4.53 speed. I don't love it. I don't love it, but you guys believe in him. You guys like him. So we're going to take – what's Quincy Riley's 40 time? He ran a 4.48, which is not too much above him. Yeah, we got the safety figured out now too. So we're going to take Kobe Bryant here at 119. You know what? Actually? You know what? Who wanted to trade up with us? We'll trade back. We will trade back, actually. We're going to trade back with Baltimore. Not enough? That's too much? Is that good? Does that do it? Nope, too much? Okay. That's too much. We'll trade back with Baltimore. 29th pick for your that in the fourth? Okay. All right. A little too much here happening. I'm trying to make this work, guys. I'm trying to make this trade work. Oh, it's too much. All right. 119. All right, so that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay, Baltimore's going to give us the 150, 129, a fifth rounder. All right, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Hey, this is what we're going to do, guys. Stop freaking out. Stop yelling at me. Stop screaming. Stop screaming. It's too much. So then, oh my God, are you serious right now? You're fucking with me, dude. You're seriously fucking with me right now, dude. Is that enough? Okay, that's accepted. Jesus, criminy cricket. Straight back. There we go. All right. Freaking crud. Jesus. That's a lot going on there, man. All right, Kobe Bryant is still on the board. All right, guys. We still got Kobe Bryant on the board, which is something you guys wanted there. So we still got Kobe Bryant. We traded back and still got Kobe Bryant. Kobe. All right. And who's all available? Terrence Ferguson is still on the board, y'all. Should I take Terrence Ferguson instead right here over Kobe Bryant? Nah, we need a corner. Right? What do you guys think? Hit that like button if you haven't hit that like button already. Kobe Bryant or Ferguson, guys. What do you guys think? Kobe Bryant or Ferguson? I'm probably going to go Kobe Bryant here. I'm probably going to go Kobe Bryant. Or Quincy Williams, Quincy Riley. Riley or Kobe Bryant? Riley or Kobe Bryant? This is tough. Right? Who's taller? He's 6 foot. He's also 6 foot. Nikita says Riley. Juan says Riley. All right, let's go Riley then. I'll take you guys' word for it. Let's go Riley. Boom. Absolute apparent steal we got there. Frazier's gone. Sanders is gone. Leonard's gone. Okay. Now, we got a corner. We got a safety. We got a linebacker. We filled out. Our entire defense has been filled. Our entire defense has been filled. There is no more holes left on this defense. We even got our guard. The only problem is a center, but the only center worth taking in this draft has been taken. There's projects such as Webb and Lampkin are projects that we could take on that could potentially be good in the future. Tight end Ferguson is still on the board. All right, guys, you tell me. Should I take Ferguson at this point? I think Ferguson at this point is an absolute steal. I like these guys here, but that's a steal, dude. Back end of the fourth. Danny Stutzman would be nice. Jared Ivey from Mississippi. That's not bad either. I think Ferguson. What do you guys think? I think Ferguson right here is just too much of a steal. I do like Haas. I like Conyers and Lackey, but wide receiver Kyle Williams, guys. We'll take Kyle Williams. All right, I'm doing it. I'm going to take Conyers as the guy. Terradome says Conyers, but dude, Ferguson at 108 and I draft him at 138. Holland Pierce later on. Still get Holland Pierce later. Cornerback. Could take Kobe Bryant here. How many picks do I have left? I have 138, 147, and 176. Man, I would almost trade back. Um, Chicago. No. Who's got a couple fifths on them? Vikings. Carolina. Carolina. All right, let's trade Carolina. What do you guys think? We trade back 2 spaces, give him a 5th round pick. We get a 146th. So technically we get 146 out of this, and we trade up with that 176 here. And I think that's what we're going to do. Too much? Not enough? Okay. Okay. That's too much? What do we got? 146? How you like that? Okay. And a future 6? Nope, I wouldn't do it. And a couple 7s. Nope, that's not doing it. I would like to trade back. I really honestly would like to trade back here. I like what Terradome said about Conyers, but it's just too early to take him right now. Wide receiver, there's no one really there. Running back, Neal from Kansas isn't bad. Harvey isn't bad. Man, I'm thinking about taking Danny Stutzman right now. Taking another linebacker or Kobe Bryant. Doesn't hurt to have a corner here. It's just too soon to take a tight end like that right now. I'm going to take Kobe Bryant. We need another corner. I'm going to take Kobe Bryant here. I'm going Kobe Bryant. I'm going to get another corner. I just feel like with 2 corners now, we have that third questionable situation right now. I think back-to-back corners would be great. This is tough. This is tough. All right, there you go. Fall back 7 spots. Get an earlier 6. Okay. All right, there we go. There we go. That's what we did. We traded back. Okay, here we go. All right. We'll say no to that. We'll take the next best tight end that's available here at a little bit of a reach, just a tad. And we're going to take Terradome's guy here. We're going to take Jalen Conyers from Texas Tech right now. That's who we got. All right, we just took Jalen Conyers. All right. We got the tight end to back up George Kittle in the 5th round. Next up, who do we got left? Who's available? D-line centers. Danny Stutzman is still on the board. I like him. Kobe Bryant is still on the board. Jackson Slater's a good project. All right. We got the tight end of the future. Kobe Bryant is still on the board. Is it because he ran that 4-yard speed there? I already picked. Okay, so we got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks already. D-line, again, we're good on D-line. We're good on edge, tackle, Holland Pierce. It's either Holland Pierce, Kobe Bryant, Danny Stutzman. I'm going to take Danny Stutzman here. I know we already drafted a linebacker, but Jesus Christ. Who are your top 5 safest players in the first round? Not necessarily best, but safe. Derek Harmon, Mason Graham, like for sure, like who are your top 5 safest picks? Travis Hunter, Will Johnson, Mason Graham, Will Campbell. Who's the 5th guy? I want to say Nick Scorton. Probably for sure is going to be a good edge rusher. Not the greatest, but safe-wise. I'd say Travis Hunter, Mason Graham, Will Campbell. Who was the 3rd guy? Will Johnson, Travis Hunter, Mason Graham, Will Campbell. Who's that 5th guy? Derek Harmon. I think Derek Harmon's for sure going to be a good player in this league. Is there anyone else like honorable mention wise? I mean, safe, as in like I'm confident they're at least going to be good. Like they're at least going to stick around in the league. Probably those 5 guys. I don't think Jalen Walker is a for sure safe pick. I don't think so. I'm going to take – I think you got to go steal here, and I think I could still get – at 163, I could still get Holland Pierce. So I'm gonna take Danny Stutzman just because he's an absolute steal. It's between Kobe Bryant and Danny Stutzman, and I'd rather have Danny Stutzman right now. So I'm gonna take Danny Stutzman. Double dipping, absolute steal at 147. I think it's just too good to pass up. He's too good to pass up. He's my next guy after Knight. So I think it's just based on steal, based on the situation. You double dip with linebacker, 2 of them that I love, 2 of them that I have a draft crush on, 2 of them I think that would just benefit this team all around. Offensive tackle, Holland Pierce is still there. And I'm going to take Holland Pierce, the future project, potential starter for the 49ers in the future that could take the job of Trent Williams. He's an absolute beast. He's an absolute monster. We're good on safety. Latham Ransom is a good player too. Kobe Bryant at this point. Kobe Bryant. Will Holland Pierce be there at 176? Will he be there at 176? Because I do not want to miss out on this guy. I'm going to take Holland Pierce. I'm taking Holland Pierce here, guys. I'm doing it. I like Holland Pierce too much. I know I should probably take Kobe Bryant at this point. But I do not want to miss on Holland Pierce. I absolutely do not want to miss out on him. So I'm taking Holland Pierce here. If Kobe Bryant's there, I don't think he will be. Will Kobe Bryant be there? Will Kobe Bryant be there? Oh, he is going to be there. Is he going to be there? Is he taken? Oh, he got taken. Okay. Someone else took him. Who took Kobe Bryant? I think it was right after us. Kansas, Philadelphia took Kobe Bryant. You guys are not going to be happy about that. Oh, my God. I don't think Jalen Walker is a safe pick, man. I actually don't. I think he's good, but he might not do as well with bigger linemen and stuff like that. And he really just took off in his first year. Upton Stout is there, though. Who's Upton Stout? Oh, cornerback. Is he good? I actually don't know this. I actually don't know the rest of these corners except for Mello Dotson. Mello Dotson, I love a lot. But you vouching for Upton Stout? There, Strawberry? You vouching for Upton Stout? You vouching for him? You vouching? Stout is undersized. What's his size? Not bad for value. He ran a 4.4. He runs a 4.4. He's 5'8". Yeah. You can play. Well, that means he can play slot, though, right? Looking at his draft profile, he has 53 tackles, 30 solo, 1 interception. He could be a slot guy. 4.44 speed, which is pretty good. His arms, yeah, he's got decent size arms, little undersized arms. Very good 10-yard split. 1.51. That's pretty good. I think he's got a good amount of tackles for loss, what I just read there. I think he led his team in tackles for a loss. He does got good upside. He's kind of small, but he can work slot. Apparently he's good at tackles for a loss. I actually think I like Noel Williams more. Derek Harmon is my favorite, Jeff. Yeah, I like Derek Harmon a lot. I would actually be absolutely thrilled if we get Derek Harmon. Who is Noel Williams? Is he there? Noel. Corner. I don't see Noel Williams here. He's not here. He's gone. Unless he plays safety. No. Hancock. I might go Mello Dotson, but I guess Stout has a lot of upside. Stout has a lot of upside. I do like his upside. He's just size is his only issue. 5'8". But then again, what's his name? DJ Reed also had size issues too, but he's phenomenal. Kyle McCord, that's a good guy out there. Baron Sorrell, not bad edge. Clay Webb. Clay Webb can play center. I totally forgot about center. I can't believe I did that. Jake Majors or Clay Webb. I'm probably going to go Clay Webb here, guys, just because I think he plays center. Yeah, Noel Williams is not there, but I'm going to go Clay Webb because he plays center. I'm pretty sure he does. Let me check. We'll check. In 2023, he was the first team All-American and named FBS Offensive Guard of the Year in 2023. I think he plays center, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he plays center. 6'3", 290 pounds. Yeah, that's true. I'm going to go with Clay Webb just because he plays center. We need to address the center position, and, he's got upside. It's just the fact that he played at Jacksonville FBS, which is not highly regarded. I like Jake Majors, I do, but I'm going to go Clay Webb just because if it addresses a need, right, and he's got potential to be a starter in the future. He's 6'3", 290 pounds. Might need to get a little bit of weight on him, but I think he's good. All right, let's see who falls to the 7th round. I think at this point, we just take whatever's best available. If Jake Majors is there, we'll probably take him too. Jake Majors. Jack Kaiser. I know some people like him at line. Oh, we're good at linebacker now. Baron Sorrell. Edge's gone. All right, everyone's just flying off the board. Flying off the shelf. Upton Stout is still on the board at pick 219. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right, so we're on the clock, and Upton Stout is still there. I think that's actually good value at 200 something. Running back, McGonaghy, Kobe King from line. That's a good linebacker there. But Stout, I think we're good on linebacker. I like Kobe King, but we need another corner. If anything, Ricky White. Well, Jalen Major's still there. So Upton, wide receiver. Nick Nash ain't there anymore. I liked him a lot. Interior offensive line might be Jake Majors. I might going to take Jake Majors here. It's either Jake Majors, Upton Stout. Yeah. Okay. So what do you guys think? Jake Majors or Upton Stout? You know what? I'm gonna take Jake Majors. It's because I like his upside. I think he'd be good. I'm taking Jake Majors here. And then corner, we'll take Upton Stout. There you go. Pop. All right. All right, we got 2 picks left. We got 2 picks left in the 7th round, guys, and I think everyone else is taken. All that's left is to draft a quarterback or a kicker. Borregales is still on the board. He's supposed to be the best kicker in this draft. We're going to take Andres Borregales, kicker, out of Miami with the 7th round pick in this draft. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't hit the like button already. Kicker alert! Kicker alert! We're drafting a kicker, y'all. We're drafting a kicker here. We're getting Andres Borregales, someone they've interviewed in the draft process already. He's supposed to be the best kicker in the draft right now, and we got him at 274. We're going to go ahead and draft Andres Borregales to replace Jake Moody, hopefully. Boom! There we go. We now have the kicker. We have the future kicker. Let's go, baby. Next up, backup quarterback. Anyone here that we like? Anyone here that we like? This guy's trash. This guy from Florida is Garbo. Connor Bazelak from Bowling Green is actually not that bad. Not going to lie to you. Max Brosmer from Minnesota. Nah. Donovan Smith from Houston. Nah. Punter. There's no huge punter. Who's the best player available? Who is the best player available? Keandre Lambert Smith. Isaac Touch. Jaquise running back Donovan Edwards from Michigan. That's not bad. Donovan Edwards. Didn't he run really fast? Didn't he run fast? I think he ran fast. He ran a 4.45. He ran a 4.44. Let me look at the NFL Combine real quick. NFL Combine results. 40 for running back. Tootin, Blue, Rashard Smith, Harvey, Johnson, Etienne, Giddens, and then Edwards, Henderson. Who's available for running back? Hunter, Jacars Hunter, is it? Nope. Jeremy Blue, Braden Smith. All right, no Braden Smith here. I might go Donovan Edwards here. I think that's a good pick. Harvey, Montrell Johnson, Trevor Etienne. Yeah, I'm going to go. Montrell Johnson from Florida ran a pretty fast 40. Montrell Johnson ran a 4.41. Edwards ran a 4.44, but I believe in Edwards a lot more than I do in everyone else. So I'm drafting Donovan Edwards with the last pick in this draft, and boom. All right, we're good. We're done. We are done. Here are the draft results of the Live 4.0 draft that we did together. You guys helped me out. I do appreciate it. This is what we ended up with. We traded back in the draft, and we addressed all of our needs. We drafted D tackle. We drafted D end. We drafted a versatile guy in Joshua Farmer who can do both inside and outside. So D-line has been absolutely fixed, and I think will start day one. You got Demetrius Knight, who will be perfect right next to Fred Warner to fill in that Dre Greenlaw role. So our entire front seven, in my eyes, looks really damn good. I'm not going to lie to you. This looks like a really damn good front seven. Fred Warner, Demetrius Knight, Walter Nolan, Nick Bosa, Alfred Collins, Jack Sawyer, Joshua Farmer. This is awesome. This is awesome. I love this. If Alfred Collins was just TJ Sanders, or if Jack Sawyer was like Princely or TJ Sanders, something like that, I think that could have been better. But this is a great front seven. I love the potential of this front seven. Next up, you got Wyatt Malum, who I think is a steal at pick 100. To play guard, who's supposed to be like a second-round pick or whatever, you got him at 100 to play your guard position. Steal. All right, now we fixed guard position. Kevin Winston Jr., safety, ran a 4.45 speed safety. He's probably like the fifth or sixth safety in this draft. Has high potential, high upside. I think he'll be the fastest safety on the 49ers. Perfect pick at 113. Quincy Riley ran a 4.49 speed. Great corner because we need that third corner there. Jalen Connors, which is Terradome's guy there, man. Terradome's guy who believes and thinks he's an absolute steal. They traded back, got him. Danny Stutzman, I could not. At 147, who was supposed to be picked early in the fourth round, at 147, Danny Stutzman, this linebacker core is fucking amazing, okay? Holland Pierce, he has all the tangibles. Can he put it together, though? That's my thing. Clay Webb, we needed a center kind of type guy, someone who could potentially take over for Jake Brendel, a little more depth there. I love him at 176. He has all the accolades. It's just that can he play center? Can he play center in the NFL? That's really his biggest question. I can do it. We got Jake Majors to double dip there. He plays center, but he can also play guard. There at 226, absolute steal. Upton, high upside, but he's tiny. We got our future kicker, which could potentially, if we ended up cutting Andreas, it wouldn't be the end of the world. It's the last 7th-round pick. Donovan Edwards, one of the fastest quarterbacks in this draft, who's actually not that bad. Steal. This draft, y'all, if this happens, we fix the 49ers. What do you guys think? Give me a grade for this draft. Let me know what you guys think of this draft that we did together. I think this is a solid draft, man. I think this is an incredible draft. Let me go ahead and take a picture of this so I can have you guys vote on it later. All right. Joshua Farmer, Wyatt Malum. Okay. Boom. Oh, you got a little. I got to take a picture of this real quick. Okay, and then, man, all right. How many picks did I get in this draft? Holy balls! Jeez. Okay. All right. So this is how many picks we got in the draft here. This is not what I intended to do. I don't want this many picks, honestly. But if it shakes out this way, why not? Right? Not the end of the world. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 picks in this draft. I don't entirely count the 1, 2, 3, 4 back here because those are 7th-round picks. They're kind of like nothing picks. 3 7th-rounders that we had from the start anyway. So these 4 right here, don't really think about them well. So we really had 12 picks in this draft. Really, I don't really count the 7th-round picks too much, but I do think that these 4 are a solid. I like these 4 picks. So, but yeah, this is an incredible draft, if you ask me. I think this if this happened, I think every 49ers fan would be relatively happy. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I actually genuinely think this is a insane draft. This is why I think the 49ers should trade back. I know with that 11th pick, right, we missed out on Will Campbell, right? We missed out on Will Johnson with that 11th pick. When we traded back twice, we fixed the D-line. We fixed the D-line confidently. Not only that, we got guys we know we can trust who we think will be starters in the end. This is why trading back would be important. There's a few D linemen you would take that are going to fall in the 20s that are worth it. There's going to be some edge rushers in the second round you're going to love. There's going to be some edge rushers that if they traded up from 75 after trading back, they can get like an Alfred Collins. They can get like a TJ Sanders. They can get like a Norman Lott from Tennessee. And then Joshua Farmer is supposed to be like a late third round draft pick, someone you can get 81 if you were to trade up and get picks like that. Wyatt Malum, I do agree with Jeff here that if Wyatt Malum falls to 100, that'd be crazy. But if it does, that'd be a steal. That one's probably the most unrealistic one of them all, in my opinion. And Danny Stutzman, that potentially could fall there. But yeah, Wyatt Malum probably, maybe not. Walter Nolan not at 25. But if Walter Nolan's taken earlier than that, Derek Harmon might be there at 25. TJ Sanders, Norman Lott, Talik Williams from Ohio State would be a great option as also at 25, could be there. So the options that you have at 25, either way, we were going to get Walter Nolan, Talik Williams, Derek Harmon, all who I think would be worth a 25th overall pick. So big fan of this draft. That is the 2025 NFL draft, fixing the 49ers and all of their needs. We are fixed. Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's go. The 49ers should trade back in the first round. No point in reaching. Exactly. I told the 49ers have a successful draft this year. No more reaching in the first round. The only one I really didn't like passing was Donovan Jackson, the second perfect pull, would play guard for us. And I agree. That was tough. That was so hard. But I needed to get a D end I trusted to start day one. I needed to get a D end because after Princely and Jack Sawyer, I don't like the rest of the DNs to start day one. The rest of it were just kind of potential upside, potentially could do it. Jack Sawyer and Princely were the last two options. I knew I can get a guard later on in the draft that I could fill. So I just went with that strategy there. I hated moving on from Donovan Jackson because he's an absolute beast. I won't hate it if we draft him at 43, but I needed to secure that DN position. I needed to secure the D line because that's the biggest problem on the 49ers is the D line. And I think it shaked out. I think it did. I think it worked out for us. I think it was a perfect pull, perfect draft in my opinion. For the most part, I'm giving it an A. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm actually very happy with how it turned out. Not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. So we made it to 18 likes in this live, guys. Thank you guys so much for being part of this. 2 hours and 42 minutes in this live, one of the longest lives I've ever had, not counting the one with 49ers Media, where we had that whole marathon of trying to keep track of free agency picks, drafts and stuff, not free agency, but the free agency situation there. Thank you guys. So 19 says, Jake, we're one more away from 20, dude. One more away from 20, man. Hit that like, man, so we get that 20. I'd really appreciate it. So we're going to go ahead and bounce. I have to eat. I have not eaten yet today. I am absolutely starving. I also have to use the bathroom too. TMI. Okay. What the hell? What's going on? All right. Someone hit that like button. I really appreciate it. That'd be dope. All right. I'm going to bounce. Thank you guys for being part of this live. Terradome, we need to do a live together at some point. We have to do it. It'd be fantastic. I would love to do one. It's just really hard for me to get up at because I believe you're on the East Coast based on how early you get up. For me, I get up at I don't get up to 8 or 9, man. And it really kind of holds me back a little bit. But I think that we should definitely get a live together, maybe a little bit later though. If we do it, I know for a fact I'll be able to get up in time and we actually do it. It's just that 7 o'clock is just way too early for me. I just can't do it. But I would love to do a live with you, man. And then maybe do a mock draft too. That'd be cool as well. So we We hit 20. Let's go, baby. Strawberry number 20. We hit 20 likes, dude. Let's go, man. W, thank you guys so much. That's awesome, baby. Let's do it. I could push 20 noon on my day off. Let's do it. When's your day off? We will schedule this together. When's your day off? We could do 9. We can do 9. Perfect. W straw, perfect. Exactly, Jake. Being that guy. But I have to ask, why now are you just hitting the like button? I appreciate it, but why now? Why just now? Why just now, man? But I appreciate it. Thank you for that like button. I appreciate it. Terradome Thursday. All right, let's do Thursday at try to think of anything happening on Thursday. Thursdays. Nope, I think I should be good on Thursday. All right, let's do 9 o'clock at Thursday. Let's do that. Let's do 9 o'clock at Thursday. I will be there. I'll be awake. Hold me accountable, man. I'm not gonna be late. I promise. You can write me up a tardy slip. Strawberries, I was driving before. Okay, all right. I appreciate it. I'm in the East Coast, 5:20 p.m. If you're on the East Coast, you'll always be 3 hours ahead of me. So just go back three hours, and that's the time that I'll be on. Always. So like it's 2:22 right now. So all right, Terradome, thank you so much for being part of this live. We'll do a live on Thursday. You guys saw it. You guys heard it. Terradome and Wolfie show on Thursday at 9 a.m. I will be there. I won't be late. It'll be on my mind because I felt like shit missing the last live. I tried getting there in time, but you turned off your live by the time I got there. But this time I won't miss this one. Thank you so much. Papa J, best model broken ask for. Appreciate you supporting the live with the super chat, man. I appreciate you, Papa J, as always, man. You're a W in my book, as y'all per usual. Michael, thank you so much for taking the time to be here, supporting the live, as always. Jake, always coming in with the facts to support the channel. Appreciate you too. Salvador, peace out, man. You're awesome. Per usual. Joe Boyd, big fan. Thank you so much for being here throughout this entire process. I appreciate the conversation, man, because at the end of the day, this is just one big conversation. Jeff, appreciate you being here, man. Hope to see more of you as well. Pause. Juan, of course, big OG of this live, of the conversation. Nikita, as always, appreciate you and your father, Michael, as well. Strawberry, even though you're driving, I appreciate it. I give you the pass. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting the live. Juan, I said thank you to him as well. Amy Cutler, thank you so much for being in here. Even though I disagree with the rebuild, it's okay. We can disagree. It's not the end of the world. Best Raiders fan I know. Raider Ryan, thank you so much. Appreciate coming in with positivity. As always. Jeff, got you as well. Thank you so much. JCK510, I just saw you in here. Just saw you, man. But I still appreciate you. Thank you so much for being part of this. 49ers Media, as always, we do a live just about every Tuesday. That might change, but 49ers Media, thank you so much for being part of this, man. Jason, you're awesome. Thank you for being part of this. Marketing Pro, marketing the live here. I appreciate you, Marketing Pro, marketing this live. Marketing. $7,000. Always good to have in this live. Joe Boyd got you in here. And I think that is everyone. Oh, I almost forgot. Val, thank you so much for always joining this live, being the first person to like this live, being an OG to support the channel whenever you can. Thank you so much, Val. As always, everyone give Val a shout out. She's been here all the time, supporting the channel 24/7. Thank you so much. As always, I'm going to bounce sub if you haven't subbed already. Because if you sub, you're part of this wolf pack. And if you're part of this wolf pack, you're part of the fam. Right? Being part of the fam, W in my book. And as always, if you like the live, we hit 20. We're now at 21. Thank you guys so much for making this awesome. We're at 21. One of the a record beater there. That's not during a game. And as always, if you like the live, every single like makes my 49ers heart grow from here to here. All love, fam. I'll see you next video. Bang, bang, not a gang, baby.